Do your own research and due diligence before investing in any company. The information I provide is in no way or manner a professional suggestion to purchase shares in any publicly traded company. I am not licensed to provide financial advice, and this should be considered entertainment. These stock profiles are intended to be trading ideas, a starting point for research. Any individual who chooses to invest in any securities should do so with caution. Investing in securities is speculative and carries a high degree of risk. You may lose some or all the money that is invested. Always research your own investments and consider consulting with a registered investment advisor or a licensed stockbroker before investing. Never risk more than you could afford to lose, ladies and gentlemen. That's the spiel right there, man. I'm kind of still in the vacation mood, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, everybody? Slowly coming into the chat room. I'm still kind of in the vacation mood right now, so bear with me. Still in the vacation mood, but man, today was a great day, man. But shout out to Connor, man. Shout out to Connor. Damn, hooking your boy up with gains, man. Hooking your boy up with gains. You know, today I thought, as I said this weekend, it was going to be weed this week for the OTC. It was going to be all marijuana. And I think we got some other pennies that are running out there too. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming into the chat room. Thank you for joining us. First timers, people. Yes, indeed. What's going on? Gerardo. 00, Jeremy Jordan, Roger Gray. Money Stay Woke, TGL T13. Lawrence Kane, what's good, man? Rick Houston. Rick Houston, email me at happypennystocks@gmail.com. I can send you some links, man. Timothy Bellaford, what's going on, man? Johnny Toussaint, what's good? Said you made 7 G's off BAS. Josh Doran, Matthew Tuss, what's going on? Let's go ahead and get the show started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get the show started. And, with that being said, we did have BAS. And, oh, by the way, let me just go start with MJNA. MJNA, big gainer today on the stock. This was something that I was paying attention to last week. And I figured this is the 5-day chart on MJNA. And marijuana, doing some nice things here. Marijuana doing some nice things here. It's been quite a bit of a rough patch for marijuana after those election day gains, but for the most part, it looks like they found some buyers. The selling has stopped. The bands got pretty tight, and the stock exploded higher. So we're looking to see what's going to happen tomorrow with MGNA. The third day on OTC is always rough, man. It's always rough. When we see what happens with MJNA tomorrow, can never predict the future. But MJNA, good day for that stock. MCOA, though, I've always said this is the sister cousin that runs so much more aggressively. MCOA, very similar. Very similar 5-day chart to MJNA. They kind of run simultaneously to each other. We got a couple stocks in the market that run like that. Couple stocks in the market that kind of run like that. So MJNA, MCOA, they just both move incredibly aggressively. Someone asked me if you had to choose what was going to be up tomorrow, what would you choose? I'll choose MJNA for the stability, but MCOA, if it does end up being a green day, for having the bigger percentage move. If it does have a green day. All right. Yes, indeed. You said bought BAS for 47 cents and sold it for $49. Wasn't BAS a reverse split? Or was it? What was the situation there? I'm not sure. I wasn't following BAS, so I couldn't tell you what was going on with BAS. Using TradingView. Using TradingView. But I figured BAS was a reverse split. And obviously, look, reverse splits are like blood in the water for shorters. and the company already had issues, to begin with. So, that wasn't going to stay up there that long anyway. All right, that wasn't going to stay up there that long anyway. What's going on, Bradley Singletary? Yeah, lots of money to be made in this next coming, 2017. And here's the interesting thing, man. I've gotten almost glued into options, man. I love OTCs, love the small caps, but man, I made an options trade and in NVIDIA, and this was back when Connor was saying, hey, look at NVIDIA, you could have made, $500 into like 15,000 or whatever. So I made a bullshit options trade, and just kind of sat on in my account. And sure enough, today it just went crazy. It just went crazy. The percentage moves that an option can make on a gain is just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. This is NVIDIA. This is NVIDIA for the last several days. But I'm talking about what happened today. I saw the stock slowly, growing in value, and it was in the green. Nothing crazy. But, today the gain was insane. The gain was absolutely insane. And I just kind of want to show you, and I'll give away some torrents that we follow here on options. And again, I'm not trying to give up on stocks, not at all. You guys know we go ham on both sides here. But it's just important to realize, find money wherever you can get it. And today, this is an example of one play right here. The November 30th call that ends this week. All right, this is a weekly option. All right, it becomes a weekly option when it expires within the same week that you play it. 116 call, 790% gained today in this call. 790%. Absolutely incredible. This was going for pennies on the dollar. 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago? And it was slowly going up, but I mean, it wasn't like, it wasn't going crazy. I mean, you saw, $30, $40. It was going up. But I woke up today, I was like, what the fuck? That's the kind of gains. Yeah, that's the kind of gains you can imagine. Even with a small account, it was a simple $500 trade. And I told Connor, I'm just learning this, man. I'm not putting thousands of dollars because, Connor, he'll put, $4,000 or $5,000 on options. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can lose your entire investment if the trade goes against you. And it's quick, too. I mean, if you ever bought a call and it's going against you, it's quick. I mean, that couple thousand can, easily scratch 300 off in seconds, because the volatility is just insane. But yeah, that's one of the plays that happened today. What else? I think there was another one that I saw today too. Amazon, another aggressive day today in Amazon. Amazon was another stock that did, an insane move. Almost $10, equating to a little bit over $2 billion of value today alone. $2 billion of value added onto the stock today alone. Absolutely insane. I'm probably lowballing that figure. And then there was an interesting thing I learned in later. Microsoft here, and this is really interesting if you realize what that Microsoft reads at, because it says the last price was 54 and then it opened up at 53. But as you can see, the day's high was $1.10. See, Microsoft opened up pretty low, but then it rose up high. It got up high today, but it couldn't hold it. It gave it all back. And I wasn't sure exactly what the catalyst was on why Microsoft opened up so high today. And it hit my scan, and sure enough, it gave it all back. And that's where we go into selling calls. And again, that's a strategy I have not employed. But you can sell calls. You can literally sell the call and buy it back, just like shorting. Just like shorting. And you can buy and sell puts as well, or buy and sell calls and just specialize in that. So here's a situation where the stock soared the first 30 minutes of the day. And like many traders, they can short tops, right? Timing tops. And you can sell the call and literally buy it back at a lower price. And that right there would have been practically what, a 50% gain, 100% gain? About 50% gain, 56% gain. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So there, I just want to give you guys a taste of what's going on out here right now. What's going on out here right now? They're still talking about Dow 20,000. I'm not even, excited about it anymore, because I'm thinking it should have happened, last week sometime. And now we're still talking about Dow 20,000. Like, what's going on here? Why are we hitting such a wall? Why are we hitting such a wall? Here's the Spider S&P 500 ETF showing weakness. In fact, the 220 put on SPY, I think it was like the highest volume today. They had like the highest volume. I want to say the January 20th or something like that. A couple weeks from now, the 220 call volume, the 220 put, volume is insane. It's absolutely insane. So somebody knows something we don't know. I hate to see if this is a situation where the market's going to be turning around soon. I'd really hate for that to happen. I'd really, really hate for that to happen, because I think we got some good things moving forward here. But we'll see, what lies in our future. All right. Predicting the future almost in these stocks is practically worthless to do. MMEG. This is a stock that was really exciting last week. I tweeted a lot about MMEG. I thought this would be a great trade for a lot of people. I put it out there, but I did take gains today on MMEG. I'm not saying that it's not going to go higher, but, for me, I felt like, I can use that money elsewhere. So MMEG, I'm out personally. It's a good opportunity. It looks like it's a company that's really aggressive, putting out news. Media company looking to do some movies and projects that are already done, looking to get licensed. So MMEG, is it going to continue to go higher? I don't know. I felt like the resistance today really bothered me when we couldn't get past 64, even though we got past that earlier in the day. So to me, I felt like that was kind of a failure. So I was like, okay, if we retest it again and we fail, I'm going to be out. And I got out at the end of the day. I just felt like it just, I felt like it was telling its story. It was telling its story. All right. Yeah, ERBB. ERBB is another one that's been very, very aggressive. Again, very choppy, ugly looking stock, right? Ugly looking chart. I mean, it's just horrible, because the flow, the amount of float out there is just absolutely ridiculous on ERBB. Absolutely insane on that stock. What else did you put up? CBIS. CBIS 20% gain today in CBIS. Wow, that's a nice looking chart last couple of days here in CBIS. Very nice. Look at that. Yeah, this is a stock that I've kind of forgotten about, CBIS. And looking at that chart, I mean, this has been absolutely wonderful. You're almost up, well, not 100% just yet, but you're up about 65% since the 19th. So not bad for CBIS investors. Looks like it's been a solid week and a half for you guys. Yeah, yeah. MJNA was solid. MJNA is solid. MJNA is solid. You think it's going to hit $1 by February? That's quite aggressive, man. MJNA at $1 by February. I don't know about February. Can MJNA be a $1 company? Yes, I'd like to see them license. Get a grower up there in or down there rather in Florida. Open up a facility or get a licensing partnership deal with a facility out in California. Do some things like that. You got facilities that are way ahead of them in terms of that. Kush Bottles, KSHB, more expensive stock, but they've already got operations over there. The bands on that are tightening a little bit. I'm not sure what's up. That's barely hanging. I think a turnaround could be happening in Kush Bottles here as we lied above just below the 200. So we'll see what happens in Kush Bottles. I've been watching this stock lately, so if it does make a move higher, it's going to be interesting because this is one of those plays that it's got quite aggressive volume for the price. You typically don't see a lot of OTC plays with that price, with that kind of volume. You might see like 30, 40,000 in volume, but this got 150,000 averaging at 286. That's quite a bit for an OTC stock. That's quite a bit for an OTC stock. So Kush Bottles, if that turnaround here happens and it starts to move up higher, I definitely want to be on that. Yeah, CNAB, another one. Marijuana stocks slowly kind of turn around here. I'm not a believer yet. But for the most part, CNAB is part of that marijuana kind of turnaround. And we got a lot of oversold situations, and that's kind of what this is. Got a lot of oversold situations, and this is an opportunity for some people to maybe ride this wave a little bit. CNAB here pulled back, but I think it'll definitely try to retest the 170s, 160s here on CNAB. So a little bit of a retest so there. I can tell you would be definitely disappointed if you caught it up here in the 170s, but I think they're going to come back and catch you. They're going to come up and catch you. What's going on, Three Hooks? No, I was not in BAS. SGBY, yep, SGBY is another one. SGBY, that's one of those 2100% gainers from way back when. SGBY, that was a stock that not too long ago was a triple 04 stock. This year SGBY was a 0004 stock. Nobody was talking about it. Nobody cared about it. All of a sudden, it started to get a following, and here we go. Now at 2 cents a share. So I never count those 000s just out, but you just got to be patient, man. I think it was a 000 like early in the year. In fact, if we go back, you see here all the way back in May. All right, back in May. So I mean, look, 6 months ago. So if you got that kind of patience, and more importantly, if you just got the the willingness to wait a little bit, it can work for you. It can truly work for you. All right, SGBY with 000 stocks that have the potential to go higher, because that's important too. It's got to the story, the company in itself has to have the potential to go higher. All right. It's split. Please stop. TBG would have lost money. Yeah, I don't know why everybody people are talking about BAS and all that. A reverse split. If a stock reverse splits and you're in the stock, you typically lose money. So when people are in the chat room saying they made money, I don't see how that happens. Typically, you lose money when the stock reverse split and you're in it. That's why it tends to go down the same day it does it. People getting out their positions. You said Woo's got the ticker on the grow box. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Let me see here. Arrow Grow. Now that I think about the grow box, though, I thought about the ticker Arrow Grow. Arrow Grow, AERO, and I believe this is for Miracle Grow. Is this the company that makes Miracle Grow? I think this is them. I can't remember. But another one of those weed plays. 347, you're on the air. What's up?
You're full of shit.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. And okay, all right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Anyway, GRNH. Let's. Oh man, that's funny. That's just funny. And he's such a tough guy too because he hung up after, so he wouldn't. I couldn't respond. Bitch ass nigga. Anyway, IRG. Let's just keep going, man. Just oh man, always got to be one fuck nigga, man. Always one fuck nigga. Let me see here. IRG. I apologize to my white listeners. You know, I mean, it's just trying to help people out, and that's just how it is sometimes. IRG 73 cents, 87 cents today. Man, 87% gain today, actually. 34 cents on the stock. Yeah, you just, man, that's just how it is. Ignite Restaurant Group. Let me see here. I don't know anything about this company, but I do know it was number one on the chart. And when I saw it flying today, you want to be a part of this, but I had so many other things going on. The option plays. I was already in MJNA, so it's just there was too much. My eyes were other places. So shout out to people who got in the IRG. Incredible volume, almost 400% higher than average. Over 400% higher than average. IRG, man. Shout out to anybody who got into this trade, because if you got in, no matter really where you got in, again, I've always said on the show, this is this is probably the perfect chart you can trade if you're a beginner, because you get in, and from the moment you get in, if you're as long as you're a little bit calm, you're gonna be in the green. You're practically gonna be in the green. Obviously, down here toward the end of the day, hopefully you didn't get in that late, but for the most part, any time before 3:30 you got in, you were in the green. You were in the green. So shout out to people in IRG. Shout out to that. Yeah. Let me see here. BAS. Yeah, we talked about BAS in the past, but I don't remember bringing up BAS too recently. Yeah, you're gonna have those Royal Line. You're just gonna have those because typically it's people who really want to be in front of the camera, but nobody follows them. So yeah. Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna use that one next time, Big Shag. But he hung up the phone like a bitch ass niggas, like they do. So SYRX. Sorex Global. Ooh, you know what? Is this? No, this isn't the Taste Company. This is not the Taste Company we wrote down last time. But CYRX, another stock that moved up higher midday, which was interesting. What was this midday move about? Like something dropped today, but I don't see any news that dropped because of it. I don't see any news that happened because of it. There's some interesting setups I want to give later that we've definitely talked about here on the show. I mean, I think if we all could have put all our money in AMD, and what that stock did today, you guys know a week and a half ago we were talking about AMD 10, AMD 11. Now AMD, absolutely incredible, dude. Absolutely incredible what that stock is doing. But real quick on SYRX, NASDAQ stock 27-cent gain, 15% today. I see 2 weeks ago here they did a direct offering, but I don't see what moved the stock higher today. But I do see it was a nice little Bollinger Band play right over the 200. Bands got tight and it popped up midday. Interesting move there on that stock, on SYRX. But I don't see an intraday catalyst, so interesting move for that stock. One of our, lo and behold, CHK natural gas prices. I definitely foresee natural gas going higher. Natural gas prices were dipping because they believed that we're going to have a weaker than expected winter. But for those of you guys live in the north, word is coming out and temperatures are showing we're actually in a deep freeze up north. For those of you guys who live all the way up there, it's cold as hell right now. So natural gas prices should be increasing the next several days. So I definitely foresee a big move coming in CHK in the next couple of days. But for those of you guys who live up north, natural gas is a big deal for you guys. But more importantly, we've got a colder than expected winter up north that I think wasn't really predicted. Select start. Yeah, I did see you bring up ICNB. Let me see here. ICNB, iconic brands. I mean, what can you say? Is this the one with the drinks and shit like that? ICNB. Let me let it develop the chart here. It's taking a minute. There it is. ICNB, 100% gain on the stock. I see. Okay, wow, very aggressive open. This is interesting because you wait for that first 30 minutes that I like to wait for when I'm playing these stocks, and you really you actually ended up buying a little high there if you waited too long. Could have got scared out there, but for the most part, that's a beautiful run. That's a beautiful run there. What was that about today? And again, looks like the catalyst was probably a pump. Although, I mean, I see here just under the 200, popped over the 200. That's why I love this 200 moving day average, because you really, I don't know, something about the 200-day moving average that stocks really just love to hang on. They just love to hang on. But ICNB, was this a pump? I have a feeling this looks like just the way it just, huge morning spike like that, but no real news out. I'm guessing it was an email pump, but regardless, if it works, it works. If it works, it works. Yeah, shout out to those guys for doing that. And somebody says you want the trading from Tim Grittani. Yeah, I'm sorry, somebody can drop that in the chat room for you. That $1,800 DVD called, what was that, Trading Tickers? It's been a minute since I've seen that DVD, by the way, too. I might want to check that out. And I think I have that right here. There it is. That's an $1,800 DVD. So go ahead and check that out. Although I like Tandem Trader, and I'm partial to Tim Sykes. All right, been gaining 100% the last 2 days. That's what's up. Mr. Patterson. Snap IPO, Uber IPO. Yeah, the Uber IPO is going to be huge. Do you have any more thoughts on MCO? Seems like it runs. Yeah, T-Style. I mean, MCOA, as I started the show saying, MCOA is the, sister company, almost a sister company. They don't have any ties, but it's the sister that runs way more aggressively. If MJNA is running, MCOA is right behind it. All right. And it's going to run with a bigger percentage gain. So I like MCOA. For those of you guys who are just you're looking for a more aggressive move, but MJNA is a little bit more predictable to trade. It's a little bit slower. It's got a lot more loyalty behind it on MJNA. You got a lot of people in there who are willing to be patient and really wait for the gain. We had somebody in the chat room said, MJNA could be $1 stock one day. I mean, so you got people in there who are willing to hang around forever. And I like that about, MJNA. I like the following behind it. How much do I think Uber would open at? I wouldn't know. I don't know what the value of the company is. There are a lot of articles out there saying how much Uber is worth. I want to say Facebook opened up at what? Was it like 20? Facebook opened up at $20 a share. I don't think Uber is worth more than Facebook at the time, even at the time. So I'm thinking Uber could be, anywhere between, and again, it depends on how many shares they got out there. So really any number I put out there would be a guess, dude. It'd just be a guess. It'd be a guess. NAK, yeah, NAK would be a run. NAK is definitely a run that's moving real nicely. NAK, and interesting because NAK has been one of those stocks that we've wanted to do something. We wanted to do something on NAK, and it did break out higher again over that 200. Real strong move since I want to say what was that, January? It was actually December 2nd, but it kind of gave it all back. It kind of gave it all back, and it was on our biggest gain list. It was on the biggest gain list that week as well. It was on the biggest gain list that week as well, but as it gave it all back, we kind of forgot about it. But the last 5 days have been absolutely incredible. What a tear in NAK. A little bit interesting here to see the stock move up so soon. Again, this is another one that, not much news out there. So I'm guessing, is there something coming down the pipe we don't know about? Is there something coming down the pipe we don't know about? Who knows? Who knows? But I want to put this on a list because, we saw it run last Friday. We saw it run Friday. Didn't have a show Friday. Thursday, that Thursday, it didn't do anything. I mean, pretty much that it didn't do it. Here's the 22nd. Didn't really do anything. So this all happened Friday and today. 2 very aggressive days for NAK. So tomorrow, that's the third day. We always know the third day around here is kind of like, we'll see. So it could be Shorter's paradise tomorrow at NAK, or we could see some people, get caught slipping and get squeezed. So we'll see what happens on NAK first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning. All right, so NAK is one to watch. NAK is one to watch because I'm thinking, is there some news about to drop in this? I guess that's the way it's moving. Like, so some kind of news. Obviously, this is something that's going to be pumped. Definitely no. One stock that somebody brought to my attention that could be trying to change is Sprint. Sprint passed my 869 alert point today. I didn't think that it would pass it anytime this week. Honestly, I thought Sprint could be dead for, really the beginning of January. But Sprint already now at 869, looking to break out higher. 2% gain today. I saw also the options looked really, really nice. Sprint, is one that's been on a tear, but had some struggles about a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago now, topping off at 885. So I got that marked there as well. That's the top there at 8 on Sprint at 885. So we'll see what happens there. Unknown number, you're on the air.
Sup, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on? Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with just some random guy, dude, okay?
Just a what?
Just some random white kid, okay, man?
All right. So how can I help you, man? You got some stocks for us?
Not really, but I do like to hear about pylons and stuff. But my friend here wants to speak with you.
Okay. I'm not sure what's all this about, but 574, you're on the air. What's up?
Hello?
574, you on the air. What's going on?
Yes, I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
You are speaking to Alex?
All right, Alex. Do you happen to have any stocks for us?
Well, I have something. The stock I want to know is nigger.
Your mom's a bitch, too. All right, so there you go. Okay. It's just one of those days, guys. It's one of those days. Just one of those days. And these people don't understand that this is just motivation, dude. It's just motivation, dude. That's just motivation. That's all that is. I don't know, Michael Cummings. I don't know. Like, I have no idea. Yeah. I think that's where we're gonna probably have to go, Iron Hand. I think that's where we're gonna have to go. Yeah. He said something has to do with Yeah, we're just gonna keep it moving. We're just gonna keep it moving. Take a shot to the armor, but you got to keep it going, man. That's where we talk about personal empowerment in here, man. As you can see, you got people in here who are trying to stop the dream. That's why you got to continue to be personally empowered. You know, there are a lot of people out here who don't want to see anybody succeed. So he thought, or he thinks, calling me the N word is somehow going to diminish me or make me stop what I'm doing. And it's been 5 years. I'm going to keep going because I know the next 5 years is incredible. Yes, indeed. You should move to the Discord app. Yeah, we have a Discord, actually. Somebody can type that into the chat room. We've got a Discord app. Yeah, we've got a Discord app. We've got a Discord app. So going back to Sprint, though. Going back to Sprint, this is one that I wanted to bring to you guys' attention. That top is 885. That top is 885. Another one that has very, very liquid options that I'm watching too. But you know, I've said here time and time again, the stock is just bleeding cash. The company is just bleeding cash. So, you know, there's been talk of a takeover, but I've never seen that. I remember somebody had tweeted Microsoft was interested. I didn't, you know, that just seemed way off. So we'll see about that. Oh yeah. Hey, appreciate more peace. I appreciate the donation, man. I think, was that you that donated this weekend? I appreciate that, man. I think that was you, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Mag3690 with the Discord app. Appreciate that with the Discord app. They don't play around over there too. They'll ban your ass real quick over there. Yeah. Yeah, you already know, Trading Jedi. Come on, man. You already know. I think somebody had mentioned that I should, if somebody wants to call in, they should type in the chat room first or something like that. Yeah, we'll keep it moving. Appreciate that, Gary the Trucker. And also interesting enough, Gary the Trucker, what do you think about these automated trucks that they want to come out here with? I mean, do you feel, obviously it's probably 10, 20, 30 years away, but as a trucker, do you feel at all intimidated about the idea of automated, you know, transportation services completely, you know, controlled by a computer? Obviously that is the future. I've always wanted the trucker's opinion on that. Okay, let's go with, let's keep that moving. Let's keep this moving. As you guys know, I'm still a big fan. Genesis Healthcare, those ran into a little bit of trouble, but I'm still a fan. We're in a little bit of a, you know, bend here. It's been, I think, 2 days, you know, which has kind of been unusual, but I think we'll make it through. Although the trend seems to be leveling out a little bit. So if we get another day, though, I might have to, you know, consolidate and move on to something else. But it's been a great run in November for Genesis Healthcare. Still long, but if it continues to go sideways, I'm going to have to close it out. But yeah, I still like long-term care. I still love long-term care healthcare. I think, you know, long-term, the business itself is such a necessity. AMDA is another one. 2% gain in the stock. Let me see that we've talked about almost a week and a half ago now. As we can see here, yeah, there's what happened in November, but this is what happened about a week and a half ago in AMDA, and I don't know. I mean, can we see those levels again? I'm not sure on AMDA, but you know, healthcare. The thing about any type of pharmaceutical, medical device company, they're all catalyst driven. So if they put out some great news, then it'll soar. You know, it'll soar. So your job as a trader is to get in at the right price. And there appears to be some price levels, you know, for AMDA. Looking at this chart, that makes sense. So obviously the low 60s or as low as the 60s as possible. Seems to be a nice little jump point for the stock over the last month or so. Still below this 200-day moving average. Still below the 200-day moving average, but maybe some good news here can move that higher. We see he has a lot of spikeability, dirt cheap at 67 cents a share. So one of those stocks that if you're willing to sit around for a little while, it might come back to you. Volume at 300,000 shares, which was a slow day than average. The average is about 680,000 shares, so slower than usual. Slower than usual on AMDA. And this is a stock that's done some things in the past, so I can't talk bad about it. Because as you can see here, Tim Sykes talks about spikeability. This is one of those stocks. I think, in fact, if you go to lowfloat.com, I think AMDA is on that list. I'm pretty sure AMDA is on that lowfloat.com list. And if you're not using lowfloat.com, you should be using that. You should be using lowfloat.com because it's one of those things where you can't monitor the list all day, but you can definitely take a day, a weekend, look at the charts, the ones that have, incredible amount of spikeability, that have a history of just going to Pluto and setting up price alerts through your broker, so, 20 cents, 30 cents, wherever it can be in the chart, that if it does happen, it comes to your attention. It does come to your attention. And maybe if you got, some trades to work with, you're under the PDT rule, you might swing one, for the day. Because sometimes it's worth it. Even though you're on the cusp of that PDT rule, you got one more day trade left and the stock is running crazy, you're feeling sure about it, it's going that way. Sometimes the trade is worth it. And it's only worth it if you decide to go larger than usual. All right, because if you're going to be locked out of the account for 90 days or have to trade cash, you want to go in a little bit larger than usual to make it worth it for yourself. All right. Yeah, day trading with multiple brokers takes enough sense. So it's a lot of work, but it's worked for a lot of guys. Tim Sykes, Tim Grattani. That's all I'm trying to do is basically take what they're doing and, following it. I've always believed in modeling and looking at other people's lives and kind of modeling the way they do things and hoping getting some of the results because it does work. It does work. Appreciate that. Mr. Cabron. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, Sure Trader, I know I've talked some smack about Sure Trader, but they got some good things going on over there. I've actually talked to some people about it, and they actually got some things going on over there. Is this show for experienced traders? No, sir. I am not an experienced trader. I wouldn't call myself that at all. I'm still learning. Been trading for 5 years, and I'm still learning. What's going on, Jay Banks? AMD into January? Oh, of course, man. AMD into January. Again, AMD $12 last week was a given. Look at every line I've set up here for AMD. Every green line on AMD was a point that I felt that I could add in to a long call position. And it's cracked every single line. AMD has gone above and beyond what I ever could have imagined that it would do in December. I'd never expected it this much in AMD. And then, of course, its rival company, NVIDIA, that had been sitting on the sidelines for such a long time. All of a sudden, NVIDIA's woken up. And, we showed that earlier. That's been insane. You really can't go wrong. Holding these stocks. Now, we've talked about the fact that, these are more expensive stocks. I understand you can't buy 1,000 shares, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. The percentage moves in these higher cost stocks have been so aggressive, 4, 5, 6, 7% every 2-3 days, that even if you have $500, you're walking away after 2 weeks with anywhere between 35 to anywhere between, I would say, let me be a little more conservative, anywhere between 15 to 20% over the course of 2 weeks. On and that's a decent return on $1,000 or $1,500, $2,000, $2,500. For a small investor. And a lot of people are calling the Trump Valley off. A lot of people are saying the Trump Valley, could be looking this resistance that we're having approaching 20,000 means we're overrated or we're running out of steam. I don't believe it. But if it does happen, financials will be the first to go. Financials will be the first to go. Let me check on what's Wells Fargo doing. Wells Fargo, let me see. Wells Fargo still going average here. Wells Fargo. The bands are tightening on Wells Fargo. It's one of those ones that I like to watch too because it has very strong intraday moves for options players as well. Bank of America is another financial. And again, these aren't the regional financial ones that are running like crazy. These are your big billion market cap financials that are just running insane right now. As you can see here, since November 7th, Bank of America almost $7 on that ticker alone. Let me see here if I can check. I don't see. And financials and I think retail is also going to be weak. If we do see start weaknesses, I'm looking at the retail ETF. I don't see it yet, but I this sideways movement in retail is got me interested. We just crossed under the 200-day moving average in the retail spider S&P, and retail in itself has been kind of a loser just because we know the future of retail is the internet. But at the end of the day, you still want to see some strength in this sector. I'm not sure how this is weighted or what's the biggest weight in this spider. I know JCPenney, I believe is in it. JCPenney, another company that very liquid on the options. Also a penny stock, JCPenney under $10 a share, but another stock that's been showing weakness, as you can see here. Very similar to the ETF. In fact, let me put them both on top of here because I think they're moving very similar ways. Let me see here, XFT, and I think this is something you guys might be interested in because I want to be able to catch it if it goes against us. One thing about the Trump rally is I don't want us to be caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? I don't want us to, because we're here we're here too often for us to be caught off guard by it. You know what I'm saying? We're here looking at these charts every day, or pretty much every day, and as you can see here, they look very similar. Look at that. Look at that. And this is something I wouldn't have realized. Look at that. Look at this. They practically run exactly alike. They practically run exactly alike. This is JCPenney, which is in the the ETF is in the line chart, and then JCPenney's in the Hacky Ashy. I know I'm not saying that right, but it's more funny if I say it that way. But JCPenney, and then which is in the Hacky Ashy, and then the ETF for retail sales. So interesting move there. A little interesting chart there that they move very, very similar to each other. Very, very similar to each other. All right. Very similar to each other. So I want to give you guys that too as well. Another penny stock I'm still following on is Groupon. Well, first let me take a look at GoPro. GoPro, another penny stock. Wasn't a penny stock not too long ago, but GoPro is one that we think I believe could be breaking lower. I believe GoPro, which has been under the 200-day moving average for a long time, man. This has been an ugly stock for a very, very long time, since October, and it's never recovered. Absolutely never recovered. What's going on, Demi? So Groupon. I'm giving you guys a lot of companies here, so a lot of opportunities to look for profit. A lot of stocks you can look for trades. I'll also give you guys that 9-hour Optionetics torrent. For those of you guys who don't have it, it's a 9-hour DVD you can download. If you have uTorrent or BitTorrent on your computer, you can download torrents. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. There's also another link to the books that you guys can have. If you get yourself a little Walmart tablet, you can read these books, man. Books can change your life. You can read something in a book about how to trade, or how to look at orders, or how to set up your day, for you to begin trading. That can change the rest of your life, man. So don't sleep on these books. All right, don't sleep on these books. They can really change your life. All right, Dre, I think it's somewhere in the in fact, if you look at this video, it should be somewhere in the gosh, what's the call it again? Where I put the words and the Tim Sykes affiliate link and all that. Do I have the Click Millionaire torrent? No, I don't have that one. I actually bought that book, Jay Banks. I actually bought that book. Click Millionaire. I actually bought that book. I actually bought that book. I can dig that up for you in a second, Josh. Yeah, definitely MMG. Yeah, MMEG definitely did its thing. It definitely did its thing. But I would say get out now, though. I'm out of MMEG now. It's been an incredible week or so in the stock. That's what penny stocks is about, man. The stock is up over 500% over the last 7 days. MMEG has been very, very impressive, man. It's been an incredible run. But, that's penny stocks. That's penny stocks and the kind of returns you can get. The run started at 0010. We're at 0059. That's not even the high. The high today was 0068 for a gain of 680%. So, huge run over the last 7 days. Again, it's just for people to be a little bit patient, man. I would notice that the number one thing that a lot of people struggle, especially with penny stocks, is that they're not, a little bit patient. Be a little bit patient with the guy who's pushing it. Be an active investor. Tell people about it. Talk about it as well. Get a Twitter account. Be involved in the news. Be involved in the excitement as well. There it is, man. So shout out to the people who got it in MMEG. But I'm out. I'm always selling into the excitement, okay? I don't like being that guy who's trying to sell when everything is collapsing around him. I want to sell into the excitement. Right now, there's a lot of excitement in MMEG, but it's been a very incredible 7 days, and I've made my money, and I'm going to move on to something else. All right? You want to sell into the excitement. It could keep going, but you got your money. Keep it moving. There's going to be another trade tomorrow. It could keep running. It could keep running for sure. Yes, indeed. You got into IEG, February 17 call, 750 strike. What's this? EIGI. See, people ask me about options now. I'm still learning when it comes to options. Very aggressive December, man. Very, very aggressive December. Don't know much about this company. What is this? Endurance International Group. Don't know much about it, man. I'm surprised that this got liquid options. It actually has liquid options, 290,000 in volume. Typically, with volume that low, the options aren't that liquid. Okay, average volume is actually 600,000. So low volume day today. But typically, yeah, stocks that trade with that low of volume don't have liquid options. But if it does, shout out to you. Right now, I'm using E-Trade. For my options. It's a little bit more expensive, but, that's where I do all my stocks and all that stuff. I don't want to have two. Although I was looking at E-Options, but, the platform is just really, really kind of fucked up. Yeah, thank you, Mag 3690 there for that. For those of you guys who want to follow Connor, Shout out to Connor again. He's not in the chat room now, but there are a few people that kind of come into your life that can change the way you think about something, that can change the way you see the possibilities that are available to you in life. One of those guys for me was Tim Sykes, and the next one was Connor. Man, I don't even know the guy's last name, but options was so far and away complicated to me. The guy just said, "Man, this is where you need to be. I see you're doing your penny stocks thing, a couple 100% in a week and a half. Let me tell you something. There's a way that you can make a couple 100% in a day or two." I said, "What? In a day or two?" He's like, "Yes, in a day or two." And he showed me the way, man, and so far, so good. So far, so good. So far, so good. So shout out to him. I will always be forever grateful for that. Yes, indeed. Jeep Man, appreciate that, man. Jeep Man, what's the area code you calling from, Jeep Man? Because I think that's what I'm going to do. And then just call back in. Demand CEO, CFO, major buying early October. So they're monitoring the chart. Okay. All right, yeah, those Form 4s. Those Form 4s are aggressive. I think this is Treasure Hunter. What's going on, Treasure Hunter?
You're right about changing people's lives. Sal, you definitely changed my life, brother. Thank you for introducing me to this stock stuff.
Appreciate it, man.
Oh, man, I gotta fuck with you. But, yeah, man, never mind, sweat, or I can say, don't even sweat that last caller, man, about that bullshit. He just playing him, bro, because we making money, that's all.
You already know how it is, man. Come on, you just, if people can go through some of the things they went through way back when, I can take a rude caller, so you already know.
That's for sure. Speaking of way back when, man, I watched some old videos we made. You looked real young back then, bro.
Yeah, man.
I
mean, I've been here since 2012, man, 2011. So,
yeah,
it's been a long thing. But, man, I had made a decision that I was going to really be dedicated to this, man, because I didn't really have any other options. I tried the job thing. I tried getting a college degree. I did that. Still couldn't get a decent job. So I figured, man, if I just do this, at least I can create a job for myself. And so far, it's been working. And I just say I'm blessed, man. As long as I just stayed disciplined. It was hard. I've had to do some other things on the side to keep it going. But now opportunities come to me. So it's great, man. It's great.
That's how you do it. Congratulations, bro. Well, I do got two plays I want to I'm in. You know what I'm saying? Swing and bang 'em kind of thing.
Okay.
Look into GEVO. I made pretty good on him today.
Yes, GEVO. Okay, so GEVO is GEVO. This is a stock that we've wanted to do so many good things, but it just hasn't happened. Yes, GEVO.
Okay.
No, GEVO is the renewable fuels company. This is a company that basically has an alternative to gasoline made out of renewable products like, wood chips and plastic and whatnot.
Oh, okay. Recyclable stuff out of
So they had a situation where they signed a deal with Alaska Air, and Alaska Air had did an inaugural flight using GEVO fuel, and we thought that was going to be the beginning of an amazing run for GEVO, and that new volume would come in. The stock has already got a ton of volume. It's dirt cheap, so we got a lot of bargain hunters in the stock. But as you can see, it just hasn't done anything. It hasn't done anything. Is what happened today, a chance to make up?
Much for a runner.
I don't know, because we're so far below, the 200-day moving average. I think 200 is at 28 cents by my chart. So we'll see. 2 cents gain today. But, if you made some money in this, hey, shout out to you, man.
And another one I got is.
You there? You there? Oh, I hope somebody didn't choke him or something. You're still on the line. I see you're still live, Treasure Hunter. I'm going to have to let you go, man. I hope something didn't happen to you. That was like perfectly timed, too. I hope something didn't happen to. I have to let you go, man. But hopefully everything's okay. Hopefully everything's okay with Treasure Hunter. Shout out to you, man. Hopefully everything is okay. All right. 925. Yeah, Jeep man, call back up because I had a caller on the line. So call back up, Jeep man. 925. I'm gonna pick you up. Oh, 60 more piece. Okay, what's going on? Hey, is this more piece?
Yeah, what's good, man?
Hey, what's going on, more piece? How you doing today, man? Appreciate the donation, man.
It ain't nothing but a struggle, brother. We trying to get it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So tell me what you're looking at this week, man.
That AXEX.
AXEX. Okay, so AXEX. Or I think you're talking about AEXE.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
okay.
they actually pumping that joint tomorrow, and the chart looking pretty good too.
Yeah, AEXE. Beautiful. Last 2 weeks. Obviously, it got up to the highs, which was about what 3 cents or so, just above 3 cents. This was again another stock that was a double zero runner. That got up to 3 cents. You're looking at almost what that's almost, I want to say almost 340%. So
man, and the real thing I want to the comment was about, I picked up on this little old trash stock on this show a couple of weeks ago, the CHIT, and bought it at 0.0013. Man, that thing went up 100% today.
Yeah. I mean, CHIT is so funny. We had a guy here who called up a couple of weeks ago. His name is
the Marine or something.
Yeah, the Marine. But we also had another guy called Sheep Wolf, and he called about. He had talked about CHIT that one time when he brought up NEWC. Now the stock was a lot higher than where it is now. It's so funny you bring up CHIT because he actually hit me up in in Twitter today about CHIT. So. Shout out to everybody who's in CHIT. This could be the beginning of something. We know how this is how it kind of starts, where you have one day where you have an incredible day, and then tomorrow could be a slight pullback, but then we see momentum continue the day after. We've got 3 more days this week left, so 1, 2, 3, so 3 more trading days left. Something could happen. Something could very much happen here. Something could very much happen here. Here's the CHT chart. Nicely climbed, almost like a stair, stair step right over the 200 moving day average. So not too bad in that, man.
Oh, the show kind of delayed. I see that now.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't listen to the show on the computer. Listen to me on the phone.
Okay. Yeah, bro. And, I shot you that little hot $5, man, because you really motivated, brother, man, with your knowledge and your drive. Our stories kind of mimic each other. I did college. I was out there for a little while, and nothing wasn't really panning out, man. Yeah. So I'm just trying to put what I know into application. You know what I'm saying? And make it happen. And so far, so good, man. I got on the kind of Timothy Sykes bandwagon for a while and whatnot. But I was thinking about you. Sometimes you have 100 people in your room, bro. Yeah. Everybody, half of them gave you $5 more. That's $250. You maybe small change.
Yeah, but man, sometimes I mean, because I appreciate what you donated, but man, I've ran into people who say, hey man, God, the things you've been giving, man, I really love it. I appreciate it, but man, I wish I had it to give, and it's okay if people who don't have it, because for me, it was about spreading the knowledge of what this is, man, because...
And that's why you get blessed with stage as it is, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't that type of cat that ever want nothing back. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I do my own due diligence, so I never charge nothing to you. I charge the game if I don't make the right move. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, thanks for the call, man. Appreciate the call.
No doubt, dude. Stay tough.
Yes, indeed. So that's more piece. He's got 2 good calls here. CHIT, AEXE. AEXE, I got to find out who the promoter for that is. I'm not sure who the promoter for that is, but they definitely are hanging in tough. I mean, they're not quitting on it. AEXE. All right, so it's Epic Stock Picks. EpicStockPicks.com is the promoter for AEXE, and it looks like that was their alert. Their new pick, though, here's the thing, that their new pick, this is an email from 4 days ago, was PKPL. PKPL was their new pick. This is an email again from 4 days ago where they mentioned AEXE. So AEXE, that run could be coming from somewhere else, but PKPL was their pick 4 days ago. As you can see, the performance hasn't necessarily been the best. And PKPL was a pump from Insider Financial, I want to say 2.5 weeks ago. This might be them early November. Maybe 4 weeks ago now, if I remember. So PKPL was a pump by Insider Financial. Now I see here it's been picked up by Epic Stock Picks. And again, these companies hire different promoters to try and get different results. All right, so Epic Stock Picks play now is Park Place Energy. But AEXE was Epic Stock Picks promo. Yeah, definitely a lot of money to be made out here. Oh, you already know what it is, Jamal Lewis. Appreciate that, man. USO and CHK. USO is so funny because USO was one of my first options that actually went against me because I had a $13 call on USO. I thought this was going to, really move when we had an episode. I think it was called Rising Oil or something like that a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago. And I thought USO was going to, move way aggressively to that $13, and I was way out of the money. I mean, it was like a penny. I thought I'd make a killing on that one, but I've learned now to always play, in the money options, deep in the money options. In fact, if you can. Let me see here. Deep in the money options if you can. Let me see here. Where is oil at right now? So crude is at 53.81, which is not too bad. Crude is at 53.81. You want it to stay above 52, preferably. We want to stay above 52. Natural gas at 370, which is really interesting because natural gas 2 weeks ago we were in the 350s. So natural gas, I think when we talk about CHK, because you brought up CHK, let me see here. Natural gas, let me look at that natural gas chart too. Natural gas, CHK, and then let's look at UNG too. UNG, this is where the power move is. So instead of playing USO, instead of playing on USO, which is crude oil, I would play UNG. UNG has, if not more liquid options than USO. UNG is cheaper than USO if you want to play the stock. It's at 933 right now, gained 1% today. I like the chart on UNG better. And again, I like the catalyst of what we got going on right now where we got really cold temperatures up north. It looks like it's going to sustain itself for the next several weeks moving into January. So I actually like UNG right now, especially at these natural gas prices at 370. At 370, I like UNG moving forward. As you can see here, what's that? Last Friday we were talking at 881. We're at 933 now. So the stock is moving very, very aggressively. I'm seeing the options too. We're moving very aggressively as well. Yeah. So UNG, I actually like UNG a lot better. In fact, I'm going to write that down because that's something I got to look at myself on UNG. Yeah, I like UNG a lot better. No problem. Thanks, Chris. Axum, I've had a problem, Demi, with Axum for a long time. Axum is owned by MJNA. I want to say MJNA owns like 40% of Axum, AXIM. This is a stock that trades on the OTC markets. It's an $8 stock. And the volume isn't crazy. I don't know if you guys remember, I talked about volume on OTC markets. Typically on a higher price stock, you're going to have lower volume. On low, cheap stuff, you're going to have really crazy high volume if it's got the following. But Axum is, again, one of those stocks that moves it's just very, very volatile. And, I can't tell where this is going. So with that being said, I don't play charts that I can't tell where this is going looking at the chart. I mean, December has just been all over the place in Axum. And, it is particularly low float. But again, it's very wild, man. It's very wild. As you can see here, within a span of a day or two, you can be down or up $1, and a half. So it can really go against you if you don't know what you're doing in AXIM. All right. So this is kind of one of those plays I just kind of leave it alone because I like easy. I like simple. I like, predictable, especially when it comes to options or when it comes to penny stocks. I like to see a trend that I believe can hang on. I like to see a promoter that I think has a really great list, that's going to bring buyers in. I love to see a following, trading it on Twitter and pumping it up, Demi, what area code are you calling me from? Is there any way we can know when you're doing a show other than just alerts? Well, I do my shows Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 8:30 p.m. till about 10:30, 10:15, somewhere around there. What's going on, Sinclair? Yes, please hit the like button if you can. Thank you, Damon. Yeah, if you guys can, do me a great favor. Hit that little thumbs up button. I appreciate it. All right, this Treasure Hunter?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, glad to have you back. I don't know what was going on with the
right.
thing.
I was like, damn, I got more than one play. I was like, what happened?
yeah, appreciate that. So with that being said, though, what was that stock you were saying that you felt that was what you want to look at for this week?
Well, I flip and bang them all day long in different plays, but another one besides that GEVO, I got a CDXC. Looking at him too, I made a pretty good lick off him today also.
Yeah, this is that GVO. This is the daily chart. I want to show because I think I showed the 5-day chart. So on the 5-day, I think it looks like it's still under the two. Actually, no. What did I show that looked like it's still under the 200? I think, the 1 month chart I showed is still under the 200. But on the 5 and the 1, you got confirmation that it's above the 200. So interesting looking breakout there. What was that second stock, a Treasure Hunter?
CDXC.
CBXE.
Yeah, I made a pretty good pop off him also.
I'm not getting under CBXE.
No, CDXC. Like a D in dog.
Oh, okay.
CDXC. Yeah.
CBX.
No. D, like in dog.
Oh, CDX.
You got it, C.
All right. So, Chromodex?
I think, yeah.
Chromodex.
CDXC. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's a nice chart.
Yeah, baby. Made a good pop off him, too.
Okay, yeah. These are. I always wonder how some stocks go off the radar because I have a scanner. I mean, that's supposed to catch these.
Upgrade, big dog.
Yeah, I mean, my E-Trade scanner is supposed to catch these. Because you know how through your trader, you can set your little parameters, and I see here this was volume over 100% over daily average. So it should have came through my scanner. Why it didn't, I'm not sure why.
Hey! I remember one of the other videos you said that what was you said the daily sales was something average. So now it might gotta set it up more now for more sales now because regular average that sales ain't nothing now because all these other stocks is like blowing up like crazy. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Yeah, it's crazy, man. CDXE. Or CDXC, excuse me.
Yep.
Now, can you tell us anything about? I know Treasure, you don't even follow. Okay, yeah.
Charts, bro.
I forgot. Why even bother asking?
And then I call you and have y'all dissect it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like that one. That's pretty, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a very nice chart, man. Very nice chart. It's like the last, 7 trading days have been really, really good to you, CDXC.
Yeah, I've been trying to let you know it, but the hit and miss in the holidays and all that crap.
Yeah. It's I see. It's not bad, man. I would say play it. The financials definitely aren't worthy of where the price is at right now, but it doesn't matter. I mean, just play the chart and
To that,
and
you know what I'm saying? Swing and bang and make
right,
some bucks.
just play it until you see some kind of leveling out there. Then you might want to take your profits and go home.
Yeah, ride the wave, ride it noble until it's done.
Yeah. See, it looks like it's retesting that 330 that it did today at 11. Look, you probably could break out of that tomorrow. It's outside of that band, slowly on the Bollinger Bands, but it looks like it's tightening up. So we'll see what can happen there.
Yeah, my luck, I have this, how can I say, the stocks I pick, it'll break past that mark, but then, you know what I'm saying, it does a whole, you know what I'm saying, like, fuck, damn, you know? But I can pick them, you know, but it's just, you know, hit and miss with it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if it can maintain the volume, I think why not? I mean, again, 258,000 shares traded today. The average is just 100,000 shares. So if it can maintain this volume, in fact, I would go to Yahoo if I were you. Look at where, you know, volume was on Friday. What was it before that? Is it increasing? And if you see really great volume by, you know, 10 o'clock, 10:30 tomorrow, you know, if you're past 30, 40, 50,000 shares traded, you could be looking at another great day. In the stock. Yeah.
Sweet. That's why I love your show, man. You know what I'm saying? Call with the hot shit. And, you know what I'm saying? Have y'all dissected and, you know, who want to jump in. But like I said, I don't know about this one going to be a multiple day runner like my rest of them, you know. But, you know, just watch them. You know,
keep an eye on them. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
You got it, bro.
There it is. Treasure Hunter with the call, man. Shout out to Treasure Hunter. I hope this is... Hey, Demi. Is this Demi?
Yeah, this is Demi. Aloha.
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
Nothing much. I just wanted to call in, really just to sing your praise. First off, happy holidays to you and everybody that's on the show. Really just wanted to say you are a really smart dude. You're really insightful in what you do. I came across this like on accident, just searching through YouTube, and you popped up, and I watched some of your older videos. I saw you doing the live stuff, and you're super duper smart. I don't know how you got into this or how you did it, but you are super knowledgeable, and I've been checking in with you like on almost a daily basis. I live out here in Hawaii. I'm in the Air Force, so the market's open at like 4:30 in the morning. So I don't always.
And that's crazy because I don't know how people out there, especially in California, Hawaii, do it, but you guys do it.
Yeah, well, I guess, for the people that have been doing it for a while, I'm sure they have a reason when they're going after money, but I'm still getting used to it and just trying to check it out, but it's a struggle, but it's worth it, and with knowledge like yours backing it up, it really makes it worth it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate the kind words, dude.
Yeah, no problem. Just Happy New Year, and keep making that money.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Debbie.
All right, bye.
Yes, indeed. So shout out to Demi. Thank you for the call. Treasure Hunter as well. Thank you for the call. I appreciate every guys who watch it. Somebody asked me how long it's going to take me to be a millionaire. I'm hoping. I got a goal for 3 years. I have a goal for 3 years, but we'll see what happens. I need to start taking bigger risk. Here's my problem is that I'm stuck in that penny stock mentality. So I have a hard time betting more than 7-8 grand. When if you want to be a millionaire, you got to go in a lot bigger than that and make returns. But I got that penny mindset that I got to break out of, because you put in more than 5-6 grand in a penny stock, you can end up getting stuck. So I've got to break out of that penny stock mindset and take a lot bigger positions. In fact, if you go to, Profitly, those guys are betting, 20,000, 30,000, 40, 50,000 positions. Those are positions that I know I can take, but I'm not used to that kind of, handling that kind of size. So it stresses me out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about, car payments and insurance. I'm thinking about all that. That's my money. You know what I mean? So it starts stressing me out. So I got to think differently about the way to trade that kind of size. Yes, indeed. So shout out to Demi. Shout out to Treasure Hunter for the view. BTDG. Yeah, BTDG is another one. A lot of people think that I'm just, when I tell you about a stock that I'm just throwing it out of my ass. But, BTDG is another one that the last show I was like, hey, this is one you got to look into. BTDG, 40% gain on that stock today. Yeah, 40% gain on that stock today. But that's another one that needs some serious volume, though. All right. BTDG, but it's moving. It's moving. Looks like this one doesn't want to pull up too much, so doesn't want to pull up. Yeah, it really is. It really is. It really is. It really is. And it's crazy because that's why I'm thinking I'm finding myself to be more comfortable with options, because I get the same kind of returns that make becoming a millionaire possible, because now I can see how people do become millionaires, you know, with 50K, with 20K, with 10K in options, because the returns are so insane. You know, so when I see people calling themselves like the option millionaires or millionaire options, you know, you read, you're like, how? But now with the leverage on the small amount of capital that I'm more comfortable with, I can see that being a reality. I can see that being a reality. Whereas being a millionaire with penny stocks is not necessarily the most feasible, because it's a smaller amount. It's a smaller amount. You said episode 300, I break a million. Hey, appreciate that, Max Trader. That'd be awesome, man. RTK, what's going on with RTK? I love these tickers that you guys are bringing up, man. This is some good money. These are some good tickers, man. These are some good tickers. And that's all it's about, man. Looking for high probability trades. You know, high probability trades. You know, a lot of these other guys, they teach you how to trade. I don't teach anybody how to trade. What I'm looking for is, you know, you're going to find where you learn to trade. You're going to find your videos. You're going to find your guru. This is a show where you discuss, what are we trading now? What, you know, you bring me an idea that you're looking at, and not necessarily to me, but to everybody else who's watching. Because there are a lot of guys who, you know, sometimes you figure out, you know, like, I don't know what to look for right now. I don't know what's hot. This is the show that we identify what's hot, what's moving. You know? U.S. Steel was a stock that I should have got in. U.S. Steel, I should have got in that back in March March of this year. Go back and look at what U.S. Steel was at. This was a stock that was trading for like $7 a share, and I passed up going long on it because I thought it was too high, and there were a lot of other little OTC stuff that were moving at the time. But buy and hold still works, and U.S. Steel is a perfect example of that, of why buy and hold still works. AMD is a perfect example of that. What other stocks that are up here? I mean, there are quite a few, you know, more stable companies that were just down and out earlier in this year that are just soaring right now. If you were just patient enough, and I'd admit I'm just not patient enough like that. You know, there are people who can be in the stock for a year and a half. I commend them because they're amazing people. You got to be an amazing person to watch one ticker in your stock for a year, to literally watch it go against you, then with you, then against you. That takes an incredible, you know, person. Let me see here. BTBG. It was BTDG, right? BTDG. BTDG. This is that another OTC stock that looks like it's doing its thing. Be careful of it, though. Be careful of BTDG now. I would see whether it holds tomorrow. But BTDG was a stock that I mentioned last week. I said, hey, this is going to do something. I saw the chatter, and I should have taken a position myself. But again, I like the marijuana this week. I'm a big fan of marijuana this week. I think marijuana's got, you know, another couple of days of gains here. So we're going into the to the end of the week, though. I would look for some major selling taking place on Friday. Supposedly, let me see here. There's a guy by the name of Douglas Cass, and I've been watching his tweets. He's a big time shorter option player guy. You know, plays stocks as well. But he mentioned very interesting thing. Let me go back and look at his timeline. He mentioned something called imbalances that have to take place. And let me see here. Let me see here. Yeah, okay. Pension rebalancing. It's called pension rebalancing. In fact, let me Google it because I looked at the definition. Pension rebalancing. All right, so pension rebalancing is basically the process of realigning the weights of one's portfolio of assets. All right, so rebalancing involves periodically buying and selling assets in your portfolio. So he made a tweet where he stated that as much as $35 billion need to be sold by Friday. So $35 billion in stock. And we're talking about the more established stocks here. So they need to be sold, all right? Now, obviously, there's some things that need to be bought as well. But pension rebalancing, I think, I couldn't name what players they could be. I don't know what could be being sold or whatnot. But it was an interesting tweet. He's a highly respected guy in finance. He put out a little article about it as well. Here's an explanation of it. I'll give you guys the link too. It kind of goes into some deep stuff, so I understand if you read it and it kind of sounds gibberish, because it felt the same way for me too. It sounded a lot like gibberish. But that's the article that he put out on his Twitter. Again, his name is Douglas Cass. Let me put his Twitter out there too as well if you're interested in following him, because he's got a lot of insightful stuff, but it's definitely more higher price stocks that he deals with. He doesn't deal at all with OTCs, but it's definitely somebody you follow to kind of get up on the terminology of the trade. I've learned a lot following his Twitter account. All right, so supposedly Friday is supposed to be a huge red day. Supposedly, I'm not betting on it, because everybody's got an opinion, but supposedly that's supposed to be a huge red day. NVAX. So that's why, when you talk about that, that's why I'm going to be looking at some of those other, weaker mid-cap stocks that are already kind of down, that I feel that companies are going to be looking to ditching. That's why tomorrow's show, I'm going to have a list of stocks that I think that major hedge funds are going to be trying to ditch positions out of them. And that maybe for the shorters, and again, I know most of you guys in here don't short or buy, puts like that, but could be looking to get out of. So I have maybe a couple stocks for us to look at. NVAX is a stock that was beat up for so long, man. NVAX, you guys know this was I want to say a drug loser several months ago, if I'm correct. There it is. Yeah, it was a drug loser earlier in the summer. It just never really, it never really got to where it needed to go. Could it come back? Who knows? Who knows? Again, if this is a stock that you're looking to buy, personally, I would look at, where are they in terms of that clinical failure that they had? Are they still working on the drug? Are they starting a new drug? A new formula? Where are they at in the process of that? What else do they have in the pipeline? So those are kind of questions, again, you can call up and ask. You guys are going to surprise. You can call these companies up and ask them, hey, I'm an investor. I see you guys had a recent drug failure. Where are you at in the process? They have departments that can answer these kind of questions. All right, it's called investors relations. They have people who are, who are paid to answer those kind of questions. You can also listen to a recent conference call. I can see here they had earnings this November. Of course, you can go on one of my favorite websites for conference calls, marketbeat.com. Marketbeat.com. In fact, I might be able to pull it up. Marketbeat.com. Let me see it. If I can pull it up real quick, you guys can follow me there. You see NVAX. So you go to marketbeat.com, go to NVAX, ignore the pop-ups. You would go to earnings. All right, you go to earnings. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can go to listen. And most companies pop up. Most companies will pop up. You go to conference call, you can just go ahead and listen. So you would click. This was for 11.9. This is the 11.9 conference call I just showed you guys. You go ahead and click listen. And, oh, that document is expired. Oh, I guess it's expired. All right. So for most companies, that actually does work. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see, is this a broken? Yeah, it is expired. Okay. That's unfortunate. For some companies, it does work. Let me see here, because typically the major companies, it works. Let me just test. Man, that fucking sucks. Because that's actually something I would want to hear on a company that's been beat up like that. Earnings. And again, this is for Sprint. I just want to make sure. All right, see, so obviously for a major company like Sprint, you're going to be able to get in. And here's the Sprint conference call. So you'll be able to go in there, register, and then you'll be able to go ahead and listen to the conference call of the last call for Sprint. So bigger companies, I guess, theirs don't expire, but it is what it is. It's unfortunate, though. I'm sure maybe if you call the company, I don't know if they can do something about that, but yeah. Yeah, so don't hesitate to use that as it's a great resource to use as, being able to get a deeper sense of where the company is when you're just not sure and you're looking to go a little bit longer than usual. I think listening to earnings calls is for an individual who's looking to go months out for the company. So you can get an idea. I haven't discussed BAS. It's a reverse split situation. There's nothing there in BAS. $36 a share. There's just nothing there. The company's not worth $36 a share at its price right now. So I wouldn't touch BAS right now. I wouldn't even touch it at all. All right, what's going on, Coralie? Had to find some Wi-Fi in Costa Rica. Costa Rica is beautiful. Costa Rica is absolutely beautiful. I've been wanting to go there myself. Beautiful country. But yeah, BAS it's not worth your time. IRG. Yeah, well, okay, we talked about IRG earlier. I'm not sure what's going on there. Because I can't see what was responsible for this 87% move today. And, if you can find it, let me know. I'll definitely be looking at the stock tomorrow. In fact, it's going to be on our list to watch tomorrow. It's on our list to watch tomorrow for, IRG. But I'm not sure what that could be about. In fact, based on the chart, it looks like that's not going to be a really good, run tomorrow. Looks like could it be a very aggressive red day for the stock. Big Shag, yeah, I am. But still got a lot of trolls, trying to ring up. So let me know what your area code is and then call me up. NM Nevaeos Maritime. Okay, so this is one of the shippings again. Okay, call me back, Big Shag. Okay, I just missed you. Going back to the shippers, when it comes to shipping, I got a couple favorites. GBLS, or GB. What's that? GB. Hold on, or is it GSBL? Is this Big Shag?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on with you, man?
What's going on, man? How's your balls tonight, bro? How's your holidays?
All right, going good, man. It's all right. Still in the holiday spirit, so looking forward to the new year.
Good to hear, bro.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. I hope this week isn't slow, bro. Hope this is a slow week. A lot of people are saying it's going to be slow, but I don't know.
I mean, today wasn't slow, so...
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad in the small caps at all today. But what are you looking at right now?
All right, so I got a list, a couple things I got to watch for the week. First up is HIIQ. I'm looking to try and get it short. I had like a 5-day run up with no sort of pullback. And today actually it kind of did like a run up and then a drop back down, kind of making like a reverse U. Mm-hmm. and then it kind of stood its gains a little bit, like bounced back up. So I don't know. We'll see up to tomorrow if it does.
Yeah,
I'm kind of waiting for like the first red day.
1 million shares
And
traded today. Typical average is 380.
Yeah.
So yeah, huge volume today.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting to see for the first red day and see if it either starts to consolidate or if it starts to drop a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually what happens, from what I've been seeing lately, is they'll have like this multiple day run up. They'll pull back for like 2 or 3 days and then form like a sort of base, and then they'll pull back up and kind of like test the highs prior. So like kind of like X did that, like maybe a week ago or so. It had that run up of like 4 days, pulled back a little bit, and now I thought it would go back up towards the $39 level on X, but instead it sort of like consolidate a little bit, and it hasn't really broke 37. I mean, it was around like the 37.50 area a couple days ago, but besides that, it's starting to consolidate a little bit. But
U.S. Steel is a good company. Overall, though, you think this could be going higher? Overall.
X.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it could definitely break over the high 39 as an exact price target. Maybe like I don't know, maybe like the $45 level. Once it breaks at 40, then I would consider selling there, because a couple people I know actually have been holding this since like the 20 area, like around there, because of the Trump presidency. But,
yeah, this is one of those infrastructure plays, and there's some other cheaper options for those of you guys who are looking at it say it's kind of expensive, but yeah, if the after inauguration, if they come out strong with some like real serious infrastructure bills, that could really cause this sector to really run. So I'll definitely keep an eye on X.
Yeah, and besides X and HIAQ, I got SGYP. It's kind of like right at that $6 level. It on the daily, it formed like a sort of a
What's
flag
the ticker to that
pendant.
one?
SGYP.
XGYP. I'm not pulling up anything on X.
S.
Oh, SG. All right.
Yeah, sorry.
Synergy. All right. So Synergy 593, 2% gain today. All right. So this is one that kind of really took off last week, Friday.
Yeah.
Now, what was the reason for this? Looks like positive results on a clinical study.
Yeah, I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm kind of like that other guy that called in earlier.
Okay, just basically playing the chart. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically it. For the most part, I mean, on a daily perspective, if there's like news, I figure out why it's hot, but otherwise, I'm really not sure why it's running up.
Sure.
That, but I'm watching that over like the $6 level, see what it does there. I mean, it went over a little bit, 605, but I'm waiting to see. I expected it to like consolidate a little bit more, trying to get that flag pattern a little bit more well defined, but it broke out today a little bit. I mean, yesterday rather.
So are you considering this as a short, or because I do see it's high up there? It's almost $1.70.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what it does.
Yeah.
If it can break over 6, I might get in. If it can't hold $6 and it goes back down, I'll probably get short on it.
Okay. Yeah, it looks definitely pretty extended. So.
Yeah. And then after that, it's a low volume, like really low volume, but it's I don't know. It's actually, you know what? I mean, it could at BCLI. It's pretty low volume. It had that one up day, and then which again I'm not really sure exactly why it happened, but and then the second day it had a nice drop down, and now it's kind of. It's green. It finished green today, so I'm gonna see tomorrow if it can gap up a little bit, can slowly gain up. Maybe you'll get back in it for a short, probably around $3. Now, I don't think it's gonna go higher than that, but we'll see what happens with that one. BCLI.
Yeah, BCLI is definitely one of those charts that you gotta sit back and see what happens with that one. Definitely would love. I mean, just like you said, I definitely would love to see more volume in that one. So we'll see. Maybe some news can come out here soon on that one.
And then PRI. they had that one I do know. The Pier 1 Imports, they had earnings I'm pretty sure it was earnings a couple days ago, or a week ago rather, and it kind of had its up day.
All right, I pulled up. There's that Pier 1 Imports, PRI 879. Okay, I didn't even know this was a penny stock. Pier 1 Imports. I've heard of the company for years, but never looked at the chart.
Yeah. That one looks alright. I mean, again, these are all kind of like in the consolidation periods where, it could go one way or the other. I'm not really sure. Like, it did have good earnings, so I would expect it kind of hit like the next, resistance, which is like around that 1050 area.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, then, there's room down towards like 750-ish. So, today kind of today kind of bounced around. There's nothing really special about it, just like it was on the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. If you can have one good day, I'll probably watch this all the way up to 1050, and then go take it from there with that one.
Yeah, I actually like this one a lot too. I actually like the way this chart is setting up there over the 200 like that.
Yeah, it's above the 200. It looks pretty, well. It's about to get to the 200. It's above the 20. And then finally, I have what is that one? This one was from today. Where is it? I think it was MPRX or MRPX or MRX today. It had some like random spike today. Let me see. MBRX.
Molecular Biotech. Funny name, but looks like, definitely had a good day today. Let's see. This chart.
This one was, it just ran and I got volume. I tried figuring out the news for it, but I couldn't find it really anywhere. I was thinking of getting short out on it around 350, which I wish I did.
Oh, that would have been a beautiful chart.
Yeah, because usually with these like random spikes, where even when it has breaking news, like if it's around like the 10 o'clock time, and I noticed lately that once it grinds up, and if it can break the 250 level, for example, and then if you break the $3 level, once it gets like a 350 or the next magnet up, usually I find it if it's just random news, it won't hold the highs. Mm-hmm. Like if it's not like an overnight where you wake up and you find that it has news, it will probably be high for the day.
Yeah. But
something like this where it's random news or random spike in volume,
yeah,
I really don't expect it to hold the highs. So I mean, a few times I caught different similar type of plays where it would just ramp up straight green, and then once it hits a magnet, I'll short it then, and then I'll scalp it for a little bit. But like here, it has good room down to like $3.
Yeah, this is a really interesting chart because it happens so often, especially in these small caps, like you said, that spike up like this, where it'll set the high of the day within the first 30 minutes, as you said. And if you can catch the very top of that, of the excitement, you're pretty much good in the green for the rest of the day. And then now you're basically just waiting to see where you can you cover at the lowest price.
Yeah. So like recently I've been studying how stocks react to like those magnets, like the 50-cent level, the whole dollar levels. And with these like lower float stocks, or like I was saying, the random news, once you break past a certain magnet, I look at the type of candles. So if you kind of see like when it broke like 330, and then it started making its way towards 360, it had like that like hammer or whatever, the hammer and the spinning tops, and I know it's like how the price action goes. And once you see like the level 2 start slowing down a little bit, then that's when you know, like, all right, it's in the 350 magnet area. Maybe it's time for a reversal. And I've been watching that recently and trying to learn that some more, because this happens so often where something random will happen, or for no reason, these chat rooms will just pump it up and they'll just come right back down. So I mean, if I had the account size, I would probably short it after maybe the first whole dollar, just to and then add on to my position, because eventually these things will go down. Like, it's not like they won't. I mean, of course they can, but
So set this up for us tomorrow, though. So set this up tomorrow for us. So tomorrow morning, obviously, I definitely expect some buys early in the morning. but you're seeing basically what happened today. You're seeing a huge move high in the morning and then pretty much a collapse somewhere after 10:30.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, this thing had no news. Like, there was nothing to, like, hold its highs either, so there's even more reason for it to fuse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, tomorrow there could be no volume whatsoever, and it could just go back down to where it was, even back to, like, the $2 level.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, or it can ramp up volume again. If it does start to ramp up volume, and if there's no news, I'll think about shorting it again, you know? But, like, for a buy, the only time I'll consider getting in would be with news, and if it can break above, like, the 20 moving average. Okay. And if it can do that, then maybe I'll consider it. But even then, that might just be even for, you know, a short hold for a long position. Because overall, like, on the weekly, the daily, it's a downtrend straight away. So, I mean, for it to pop like this with no news, you know, I expect it to, you know, to be a short back down. But
right.
I don't know. We'll see tomorrow, see how it goes.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. And the tickers, Big Shag.
All right, man. No problem. Have a good day, boss.
All right. You as well, man. Appreciate it. So, Big Shag with some good tickers there, man. Shout out to Big Shag. Shout out to Big Shag for those tickers, man. I appreciate that. Those are nice. Those are some nice calls. I think NBRX, he's definitely in the money tomorrow, NBRX. In fact, I might jump on that myself. NBRX, out of all the, you know, the tickers he showed, NBRX is probably the guaranteed short tomorrow, because as you can see, we looked at the chart long. Obviously, you know, this is not a stock you want to hold for too much longer, because the primary, you know, the primary trend is negative. All right, so I know I've said this before. Primary trends typically anywhere between 6 months to a year. Intermediate trends is probably your 90-day chart. So in fact, this is the 1 year. You see here, 1 year looks really, really ugly in the stock. Intermediate trend is your 90 days. Here's your 90 days. All right, and then your short term, which is anywhere between 7 to 5 days or even 1 day. And as you can see, here's the 5 days, and it's unjustified to be up that high. So obviously, looks like that's going to be coming down. That's going to be coming down. But we can always predict the future, so we'll see what happens after that. You know, 10:30ish. You know, 10 o'clock. 832. Is this Connor?
No, that's Eddie, man. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on with you, man?
Nothing, man. I hope you guys listen to me on, oh man, I think that was like Friday. I told y'all about CBIZ. Dude, that first day. If you would have got it, no, I told you guys Thursday. If you would have got in I had got in at like 4 cents, like kind of upper 4 cents, right?
Yeah.
And you would made 10% that Friday. You would have held it. Today, I think it put up, I want to say it was like 15%. And like, I'm out of it because I just can't. I just can't hold stocks like that, man. Then, you know, I was kind of following somebody else, and I was like, man, I'm just gonna put like $400 on it, see what happens. And it was a winner, man. So anytime this particular guy tells, you know, who he typically trades OTC in excuse me, in Nate's chat room, anytime he kind of puts out an alert out there, I mean, you gotta follow it. You gotta follow it. It's worth an eye. So anytime he kind of puts something out there, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But man, I don't know you guys' sizes, but if you put even a little bit of money in there, you're looking at 30% that you've made already.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely a hot week. It's a hot week for marijuana right now. You know, these stocks have been beat up for a long time, so it's good that they're coming back, you know, in style here for who knows how long, maybe a week and a half. But definitely enjoy these gains. I'm seeing here. I spread the chart out a little bit. You might, you know, I'm glad you got out with some profit here, but you might be regretting getting out here too soon. Looks like you're at a really nice level here where it could be breaking out tomorrow. You can have another aggressive day in CBIZ coming up here. I do see here we got a little bit of resistance up there at 6.068, but I mean, if that breaks through higher, then the sky's the limit in that one. So who knows how CBIZ can be looking here in the next couple of days. Really, that was a strong move, man, for 2 days.
I'm telling you, right?
That's a strong move, man. So CBIS could be looking real nice tomorrow. Definitely add that
Yeah.
to the watch list tomorrow. So
They
CBIS could be doing real
also
good.
were talking about IRG.
Yes.
That had like a 50. I don't know. I think it was like 50 or 6. No, it went up like 100% today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it touched 100%, came back down to settle at about 70 something.
Yeah, man, that's definitely something I can be watching. Like me, man, today actually had a red day, man, and after I've been having some real good success, but I figured out what I cannot do, and this is something you talked about, but I just think it's a waste to buy in between when the market first opens till about, I don't know, maybe like 9:30, sometimes 10. Because a lot of times I have on my watch for a ticker, like if it looks bullish, you should go ahead and buy it. But I would say maybe 90% of the time I decide to go long instead of short. I always end up losing, dude. And like this morning, like you don't have to pull these tickers up, but I traded. Right now, I'm like going over all my trades for the day to try to just
go
look
ahead,
over
because
what
I
I
want
need
to
to
see.
make.
Because I want to see what you're talking about exactly.
Okay, so SGYP. Okay, well, yeah, we can go over my mistakes. I mean, that'd be a good learning thing. SGYP. This was something from Nate's email saying, you need to watch or whatever.
Okay.
And so I was looking at it. I wrote down, hey, if it's bullish, go ahead and buy it. And my dumbass, I bought it at. I saw it getting ready to dip. I'm thinking like, man, this has been, putting up some good numbers. I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. I bought it at 603.
Okay.
It touched my, and then it came down to like 586, and like the whole thing about it was I didn't have a risk. I didn't really have a great plan going into it. I looked and I said, I'm gonna buy on the dip, and basically pray that it is going to continue to go higher. It didn't happen, and it's kind of, I have to look on my phone exactly what it did.
Okay.
But
now let me ask you something. Like, are you out the trade now?
Say that again.
Like, are you out the trade now?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, here's the thing: is like I like getting into situations where I'm trading along with the trend. Therefore, meaning that if I get into the stock and I'm wrong on the short term, that even if I'm wrong on the short term, that if I stay in for a day or two, maybe even a week or two, eventually I'm corrected by the market and the trend. So with this stock, it's very choppy. I can see this is very, very choppy, and obviously at 603 you're already kind of high up there. But overall, I mean, you had it looks like you had momentum on your side that maybe possibly you might find yourself back in the green tomorrow. I mean, what made you feel that you should get out?
That's true, but man, I'm not a holder. I don't do that.
Okay.
Don't.
Okay.
Then it possibly becomes, and that's happened a couple of times where I went ahead and got out and the stock rose a little bit afterwards. But for the most part, I'm happy with myself because I got out at my risk. Like this one, I made a bad decision. I didn't have a risk. I didn't let the chart set up to something I'm used to. And I was kind of just going off of someone else's scans for this part, instead of like having my own thought process about it. And that's another reason why I went ahead and took my profits out of that CBIS I was telling you about. But so yeah, it was just a dumb buy, something that, and me with being long, I'm just never comfortable, man. Like but let me finish. I went and bought I had lost about $80 on that trade, right? So I was like, oh man, I'm starting out bad. I need to make up for it. Never get, for all you guys, don't get into that mindset where you say, I need to make up for my last trade, and then you just go search for something.
Yeah.
Don't do it, because I mean,
Revenge
that's
trading.
what, yeah, exactly, and that's what really killed me today. I mean, and I don't think you had a show Friday, but I played PTLA, and I had some big gains out of that. I didn't hold it long because I told you I'm not a holder.
Mm-hmm.
I maybe got in at $21, and then I got out like in the high 22s, and it went all the way to 26. I just don't feel comfortable. But I realized that if I'm going to buy, it's going to be an FDA approval on something. That's kind of like my one thing that like I'm gonna go all in as soon as I get.
I mean, FDA approvals; those are one of those ones that, you know, as long as you're not buying it too high, if you can get in early. I mean, you've been scanning the news. It opens up 9:30. Boom, you're in there. Yeah, you can be looking at a solid gain in an FDA approval. Yeah. Especially if you get in even before the first dip. Preferably, I mean 9:30, 9:35 before it hits that top. You know, because you want to get the gains before the top. You don't want to be buying, you know, too high. So getting in as early as possible, and that's kind of why, you know, you have some people who you know, when you see the after hours price that are high, that's basically what they're trying to do, trying to guess where it is going to open up at, and hopefully they get in and not at the top of that you know, of that open.
Yeah. So let's continue. So then I got into A as an Apple, LQA. Now I got into this one at like I kind of didn't have a plan for this one. I saw it making like an ABCD pattern. For you guys that don't know, you can YouTube what that is, and you'll recognize the pattern. And I was just risking it off of it was like I got in at 71 cents. I was risking off 68 cents, basically. And it breached it, and then you know, so I went ahead and got out. But again, it was in that earlier part of the day, which, you know, so I shouldn't have been buying. It's basically my new train of thought. And then I got into HIIQ and bought that one. Another dumb one is because it was on the stands for something that could be big. Now the thing that I realized about it was it was up once I actually looked at the chart, the 1 day chart rather than just the intraday chart. Is that it had been up a lot, and it never had a correction. So I got rid of that. I trashed it, and I lost from SGYP. I had lost like $80. From ALQA, I lost $28, and then from that HIIQ, I had got in at 1905, got out at 1875, and I'm just like, fuck, you know, like I'm doing that revenge trading, you know what I mean? That's exactly what I was doing. And on that one, I lost like $70. So in total, I was down about 180 bucks, kind of somewhere in there. And so, you know, I don't have the biggest account either, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I'm doing terrible today. So once I looked at the 1 day chart of HIIQ, I flipped like immediately, sold it, got out, and then I went short. And I shorted at 1860 and covered up, like I want to say it was like half at 1745. So I had like over $1 a share on it, man. So it was like $172 profit. So pretty much wiped away all my money. And I'm like, you know, like slowed down, took a breather, and I just held it for most of the day. I was thinking about holding it overnight, but I got stuff to do tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to really watch it. I don't know what kind of environment I'm going to be in because I'm going to get some training tomorrow for like a weekend job. I'm trying to keep my week free, you know, for the time that I'm at school and be able to watch the market as much as possible. So anyway, so that kind of really changed my day. Then I took I started doing well. I got in Weight Watchers, which is WTW, and it's kind of been up on silly news.
And
that Weight Watchers is way too sideways for me. I just leave that one alone.
And let me get back into that one.
This is Weight Watchers.
I seen it ramping. Yeah, I saw it had the big wash, came back up, washed again, and then it was like doing basically a parabolic move. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get short off into that, and like kind of base it off the previous day's resistance on where it stopped out at, and I shorted it at 12:06. So pretty much a pretty good position. Once I saw it stuffed at like 12:20 and then came back down, I went ahead and took the short. And I held that all the way down to 11:88. Now, I got out because I got scared. It was kind of ramping up on me. And if I would have just held it a little bit more and just waited through that ramp, I could have got out, 11:70, 11:60, best case scenario. And then I was, up for the day. I'm good. I'm like, I'm just making some spectacular trades. I got into that mode where you get like, I can't be wrong, basically. Like once that morning had went away, and I was like just up, and I'm making some pretty doggone good trades, and then the over trading hit me. It's like, oh man, I can't be wrong. I'm up like, maybe $200, $300 on the day, and I completely forget about, one thing I try to do is I try to scale in and out, even though I don't have like a big account to really scale in and out. But man, I just try not to get into that point to where I'm holding and something just ramps all the way back up on me and I haven't taken any profit. So I'm with ShareTrader, and it's not super expensive, and they're costing you $5, for each time you trade in and out. But for each trade, if you just do a buy and sell, it's just $10. But you also have to add in the ECN fees that they charge you for each share you get, basically. And if I scale out at a time, I'm doing like 3 shares or 4 shares. That $10 that I could just be doing for in and out turns into 15, turns into $20. And then if you add me being long, on a trade, let's say I lost, I kept it pretty low and I only lost like $20, $30. Well, that becomes $40. That becomes $50. And that's basically kind of what happened to me for the rest of the day, man. And I ended up red, and it's just like I was doing so good. And the thing is,
well, definitely, man. Appreciate the call, man. Definitely, thank you, man. I really appreciate the call, bro.
No problem.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Look, I'm not meaning to cut the guy off. It's just, we got to keep it moving. Got to keep the flow. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep the flow. Shout out to the brother, though, because it looks like he's definitely learning. Guy's on the right track. Connor, what's your number again, man? Call me back up. I keep thinking it's going to be that 225 or that 255 or something like that. ATKR 856. 856. This Connor?
Hello?
Yes, hello. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, you speaking with Alpha?
All right. Hey, man, can you lower my volume in the background?
Oh, yeah, hold on. My bad, I'm sorry.
No problem. How can I help you today?
Oh, I'm just talking about, I'm Erica Lopez. You usually call me Luther.
Oh, yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
I got a couple crazy questions. I don't even know where to start because I'm starting with this kind of all new and crazy.
Uh-huh.
You feel me?
No.
So what I'm saying is I'm a single mom on a budget.
Okay.
And shit real. I'm from the hood. Shit real. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to learn how to get this money.
Okay.
And the way you actually seem like you getting this money is at a hustler's play. And if you from the hood, like you say, you know what I mean? You know how hustlers say, but it just seems legit. So I'm trying to get this money the way, you know what I mean, the way I can. And I'm trying to ask you a couple things. I had a few questions lined up, and I don't want to. I'm trying not to take up so much of your time. So I was trying to just get my questions together.
So just ask me the most important ones that you want to ask me.
All right, the most important ones that I want to ask you is, number one, like when you had I believe a show where you were showing how we can screen the penny stocks, like how we can cut them down and slim them up.
Okay.
So where's what we're really looking for?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to look for that. I've been looking at these charts and everything, and I put a couple dollars to like MJNA and MCOA. Like I put $100 in that, and I put $100 in both, just so I can see how things flow and it keeps my eye on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And me doing that, I wanted to know how you feel about. Like I wanted to know how the screen. I mean, how to, make them shorter. Like, how do I, when I'm looking at my screen and I got my Ameritrade account, but I need to look up these stocks and I need to make them smaller so I know the stocks that I want to get.
So are you basically saying you're getting too much results? You're getting too many stocks when you put it in the screen. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not really, I don't know how to dial the shit down.
Okay, so you got to look at your criteria. You're not selecting enough criteria on what you want to trade. So you've got to come up with a certain criteria that you're looking for. So one of the things that off the top of my head that I like to look for is, I like to look at good volume. So maybe a stock, when we're talking about even OTCs, I like to find, something preferably, depends on the price, but at least 1 million shares being traded, at least 1 million. Again, it depends on the price. It depends on the price, but at least 1 million shares traded. So of a volume, you would put 1 million. It's been a while since I've used TD, so I can't remember what it looks like. And then, of course, you want to look at price, right? Price is definitely the most important thing for those individuals who don't have too much to trade with. So I'm looking at trading stocks that are preferably anywhere between, 0.00. 10 to $1. I want to see what comes up. And then you want to talk about venue, right? So what, and when I say venue, I mean what, whether it be OTCs or NASDAQ or NYSE, you might have an option for that. So I want to leave that, blank or just not even use that as an option. But volume, price, most important things. And then, of course, after that, you want to really do your research. I'm not too concerned with PE. Because I'm not going to be necessarily holding long enough to where price to earnings is important. So I don't want to confuse you, but first let me ask you, because you're trading stocks like MGNA, but like overall,
like I'm not trading. Like I'm not actually trading. What I actually did was I'm completely a virgin to this shit. No Vaseline, jumping into this shit, kind of, sort of.
Okay. So when you said you put $100 in MJNA, what did you do? Is that a paper trade? It's like
I actually listened to you for a couple weeks, and I like to be specialized in the marijuana connoisseur type of stuff.
So did you put money in MJNA stock? You bought some stock for MJNA. Okay. Do you still own it?
But I only put $100.
Do you still own it?
And I only put that $100 just to force me to kind of sort of watch things.
Oh, and do you still own
the stocks that you talk about?
Do you still own it?
Yes.
Okay. What price did you get in at? I'm just curious.
I think it was 13 cents.
Okay. Right.
It was just a couple months ago.
Okay. So you're up not too bad right now. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just sitting on it, and you know what I mean, and just waiting to see what can actually happen with it.
Yeah, I mean,
I wasted $100 in the hood fast as hell. So It's not like it's something that makes me pay attention.
Yeah.
but it's not really a harm to me.
Yeah, let me, because yeah, Big Shag is right. Let me, because obviously you need a lot more knowledge, and I want you to email me. Do you have a computer at home?
Yes.
Okay. Email me at happypennystocks@gmail.com. I want to send you some directions for you to get some free DVDs that we have here that we share in the chat room. And I want you to download those DVDs. They're absolutely free. All it requires is your time and attention, and you will be 1,000% more knowledgeable than where you are right now. Because right now...
All right, can I ask you these 2 more questions?
Go ahead.
All right. Now, I've been reading a couple books that you had put on there, and I was figuring out, like, I looked up something about this Elliott waves that I've been kind of studying.
Okay.
And I've been studying, like, this candlestick, you know what I mean, how the candlesticks go.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find out, like, I don't know how to set my markers on. Is there really, like, did you put out a video, like, how to set my markers and how to set where I really want to buy and open up? Because I learned it a little bit.
I don't have a video for that just yet, but I don't want to send you there just yet. I think right now we got to start all the way at the beginning and get even the foundation stuff ready, because you know, because we got to get even how to pull up, you know, and how to screen for stocks. So if we can't finish that yet, we can't even go into the discussion of where, you know, to make our entry, where to sell. So again, I want you to email me, because I think that's the best step moving forward. I gotta get those DVDs on your computer. I gotta get that information in front of you, because you need to get the complete foundations on how to get started, and what, you know, the verbiage, everything on how to get started, you know, trading stocks. And I honestly think you need from the beginning all the way to up to the advanced intermediate level. And you can start from the beginning, and I'm telling you right now, you'll thank me later. You'll thank me later, but I got to get that in front of you. And you got to email me at happypennystocks@gmail.com.
You said happypennystocks@gmail.com.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got you. Thank you.
Not a problem, Miss Looper. Have a good one.
And I'll be watching this thing every day, yo. You got me addicted to this shit. Like, I've been listening to y'all trying to find out these tickers and what I'm looking at and these charts and shit. All of y'all got me addicted. Like Connor, you. I'll be watching all of y'all. I'll be watching all of y'all's comments and everything. I just appreciate what you do, really.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Erica. I really, really appreciate your kind words.
All right. You take care.
All right, then. So shout out to Erica for that. Connor is up next. Shout out to Erica, man. Let me drop one of DJ Clue's bombs for her. One more time, please. Yes, indeed. Yeah. And just one thing to clarify. I'm not from the hood. I just respect the hood. You know what I'm saying? If she said if I'm from the hood, like I said, I've never said that I'm from the hood. I just respect the hood. I respect the hood. All right, let's get that cleared up. 225, Connor, what's going on?
Yo, what's up? What's going on?
What's going on with you, bro? Hey, man, options today was insane, dude. You saw? I mean, I was hitting you up all day, like, oh my god, this is absolutely incredible, man.
I can't, dude. You got in on the Nvidia too. Yeah. I saw that, dude. The whole Discord, we were all in on that. Me. Man, a couple people from the Discord that are in here. Mag. I mean, I think there was like at least a handful of 5 people that probably made over 100% today. Some holding all day, making 200-300%.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible, man. I mean, when we talk about NVIDIA, man, and again, it's just huge, powerful moves. And the only thing is that the deltas are insane on these calls. I mean, what
I was saying. NVIDIA's calls move.
Like I mean, what could be responsible for such like crazy delta on these calls, man? Because you know, I'm not seeing the same levels. Yeah, I'm not seeing the same levels on other stocks. So what makes
they move? I said that. That's crazy you said that, because I guarantee people in the chat will remember me saying this. And I was like, man, dude, these NVIDIA calls move.
Yeah.
Like they move, and I guess they have high delta. I never checked them, never looked at them, but yeah, those the NVIDIA calls really, really move a lot more than some options I played. They move, man.
So
like that.
when we talk about, because NVIDIA, interesting enough, after hours it's up already $1. I saw it after hours. It was like 118 or something like that after hours. It gained another $1 after hours. I don't know if that's going to hold tomorrow, but I believe it should get up to 118, no doubt, in the morning. But do you see the trend continuing here? I've been hearing conversations already online for 120 NVIDIA by mid, next month possibly. But even
I just did a video and I estimated going to the 150s, and I didn't put a time on it because I don't know how long it's going to make it there. But I do think NVIDIA will probably hit 120 to 150s. No later than April. I don't know. It's hard to. It's very hard to know how long it's going to take something to get there.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of great things in NVIDIA now that the attention's there, and we talked about last show how the whole world's going virtual reality. You have everything going 3D. All these TVs, NVIDIA and AMD are the two premier graphics, graphics design or whatever you want to call it. Companies, so I see a lot of great things, and I only see them going higher. Now, they're pretty overextended right now, NVIDIA, so I see a pullback coming. I don't know when. I thought it was coming before then.
Please just don't say it's tomorrow, because I'm heavy in the video right now, so I'm looking
so you're still in it.
Yeah, I'm still in it. I'm hoping to God that I'm going to sell tomorrow in the move higher, but
I think you're good because it looks like it's going to gap up tomorrow.
Okay.
I think tomorrow we could have another big run. I think we might see another big run tomorrow, and I don't know when it's going to have a pullback. But what I would do is I think you're good.
Yeah, because I'm deep in the money. I'm deep in the money. In fact, I came
Which one
across.
Did you play?
I played the. Let me go back real quick. We'll go back real
and when
quick.
Did you get in?
I'm at the 112. Let me see here. 112.
112 call?
112 call December 30th, and I'm in at $2.15.
Do you know where the stock was at around whenever you got in? Did you get in right off the open?
Yeah, right off at the open, like 9.
Okay, so you did pretty much exactly what I did, except I played the 113 or 114. Because see, what happened is if you notice, the stock opened up at 112, and immediately within the first few minutes, it jumped to 113 within the first couple of minutes. And that's whenever I got in, right? When the stock was at 113, it started shooting up, and I think I played the 114 call. And I didn't hold all day. I took my, I forget if it was 100, 200% or whatever it was. I took my good profits. But there was a couple people I know. Mag, I think, was in it. Mag blew it out the water the other day. He got in on that, the video I made, the first video where it was breaking those highs. He got in there and held for like a week.
Damn.
And it all the way up for like the 4 days after it broke the highs of the consolidation on the daily chart. And he made like 400% or something, 300%. I mean, everybody's been killing it on NVIDIA, man.
Yeah.
It's insane. So many people are making money.
That's been the play, man. That's been the play. And now you're talking 150. It's crazy because I believe it. I honestly believe it. Now people are saying, even at the PE of 57, that it's too cheap. At 57 PE, it's still too cheap. So
okay, that's what I want to ask you, because I don't do too much research on stocks fundamentals. So what's going on with their fundamentals? What is that looking like?
Well,
tell me some more about that.
My thing here is again, when I look at let's say a rival company like AMD, and AMD is losing significantly more capital than NVIDIA. NVIDIA is actually, I want to say NVIDIA is positive right now. But let me see here. In fact, if I can pull up, can I pull that up real quick? Let me see. Because I want to see if I can look at the books while we're on it. If you guys can see that. All right, if you guys can see that. Here's the balance sheet. Debt to equity, 57. Capital long term. Quick ratio. Total assets, $9.6 billion. Market cap 58, total 8.3. See, return on assets. So we're actually okay. So we are positive return on assets. So yeah. So we're on net positive on Nvidia. So right now, I like Nvidia. The financials are very, very strong. I still think it's cheap. We are running on some hype though. I wouldn't be, I'm not gonna lie on that. We are running on some hype here. In fact, the RSIs,
I think so.
we're way above the RSIs on the 6-month charts, 1-year charts. We're high. I mean, we're a little bit hot. I mean, in fact, probably too hot for safety.
Well, I think it's due. I think it's definitely due for a pullback, man. But I thought it would already came. But something tells me tomorrow. I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is, but I think tomorrow we're gonna have a big day. I don't know. Something tells me tomorrow is gonna be another big $4.
Just let me know, man, because I can go in bigger because I'm in, but I can definitely be in a lot bigger. In fact, for people in the chat room, I found a website called Option Whale. And Option Whale gave me this little detail, and I got the article right there in the chat room. It's called How to Make 100% a Month Trading Deep in the Call Money Options. And basically that's all I'm doing. I'm trading deep in the money call options, preferably dirt cheap, penny stocks. And I'm only here's the thing. I'm only looking for delta. I'm only looking for options with a delta 0.50 or higher. So that basically means that the option will move 50% of the underlying stocks move. So any kind of 1%, 2%, that would be a huge move for that option. So read that. That's a really good, cool little article. It's also a really great website with some really interesting articles. But again, it's called How to Make 100% a Month Trading Deep in the Money Call Options. And that's even light side because as we told you, there are people here in the chat room that made 300, 400% on their money today on those options.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just, man, I don't know, guys. You have to tell me. I don't know how to do the link for the Discord chat. If you tell me how to do it, I'll post it. There you go.
There you go. 3 hooks with it. Appreciate
okay,
it,
but yeah, so I played Amazon today. That was another one that I got in on. I made some, so Amazon, I took a loss on it at first. Everybody in the chat room knows this. I tried to play it to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
And, cause I had some support and resistance marked up and stuff, and it was doing exactly what I thought it was going to do. And it started dipping at first, and then I got in, and then it instantly shot back up. And the way it shot back up, just the way it just instantly shot back up, I got out. Got out right away, and it started, I took like a good little loss on that, and then I saw it started, it just started skyrocketing, so I ended up hurrying up and jumping in on some calls, and I was like, well, this thing, like, it's ready to run. So I got in some calls and ended up doing good on that, and NVIDIA, those are the 2 I traded today, but, man, NVIDIA, man, I don't know how far this thing's going. I really do think, though, for anybody, I know there's people out there who like to swing trade, and there's people who like to do like what you call position trading, where you hold for a month or two. I know there's those types. I think NVIDIA would probably be a good choice to take, like, maybe to hold for a couple months. I think that the best bet would be to maybe wait to get in, though, because I do see a little pullback coming soon to where you can maybe get it a little cheaper. And I don't know, I think, because you could even play, this is something I haven't got into, but you can play, leaps and stuff with options.
Yeah.
But they're just so expensive.
Yeah.
When you buy that much time.
I've seen some leaps. Yeah, I saw some Amazon leaps that were like $55. I'm like, damn.
$100.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
They're just so expensive, bro. Yeah. So I don't play them. I like to play the weekly. For me, the weeklies are where I have got the most success.
Yeah.
Because you can, you get those weeklies, you get a good day. If it finishes high, you could do like you do, hold them overnight and get that initial burst in the morning time, then sell them. You don't have to worry about anything with time decay, because time decay is really not going to kill you overnight. It's not going to kill you until you get to like the Wednesday, Thursday area.
Yeah, that's
so you're perfect. Especially when you get in on a Monday or a Tuesday, you can hold that day. If it finishes strong, you think it's going to go up, you can hold it through the night. So,
definitely.
It's perfect, man. It's a I don't know, but AMD, I think both of them are going. I don't know. I just think that I think that the virtual reality and the 3D, that's the next big thing.
Okay.
It's only just beginning. I mean,
not only that, man, but I'm just saying every aspect of the economy is going to become more digitized. I mean,
digital, exactly.
You know, and I can see processors going into everything from your
door
to your car. I mean, everything is going to need a processor in the future. I mean, I honestly believe that, man. And these
they're all
companies
going
are
to need
positioned
GPUs,
right.
You know, CPUs and GPUs. They're all going to need them. And NVIDIA and AMD are the two premier, manufacturers of those products. So NVIDIA has been the top dog in that space for a long time. So I don't see them going anywhere. Mm-hmm. So I mean, you see like the Galaxy S7. They hook it's 3D now, where you hook it up to the headset thing, the virtual reality thing. I mean, it's only going to be a matter of time before all your phones can be hooked up to a virtual reality headset.
Man,
you see all the PlayStations and Xboxes are 3D virtual reality headsets.
That's true. That's true. Not only that, but man, they're building a new theater not too far from me. And here's the thing: is like also when you go to the movies, man, a lot of those posters inside the movie theater, they're still putting them in there like with the paper. And now this theater, had an opportunity to go see it. I got a friend of mine who became a manager there, got hired on, and now they're moving into it's going to be it's digital artwork, man. And these have NVIDIA processors, and I was surprised to find out.
There you go.
But they're actually it's completely digital. So now they don't have to bring the whole thing apart and put in a paper. They literally load the JPEG file or the whatever kind of file it is. And it goes slap right into the screen, and it's instantaneously. They can change different movies and whatnot. It literally also will play trailers right into the screen right there. Absolutely.
Oh,
insane,
that's another one.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Another one is CF. That's another one. Mondo and one of the guys in the chat room has made a couple 100% off of on CF. Is another one that's been running that you could have done real good in the options, man. And there's been so many plays with these options. MU got me like 400% overnight in the MU options in the Discord chat. I mean, they've been killing it, man. Really, man, them guys been killing it. I've been proud of them, for real. Mm-hmm. Like, they really starting to learn those options, man. They've been killing it more than me.
Nah, man, we honestly want to thank you, man. And I said this in the show earlier. There are always people who will come into your life and will change the way you think about something. The first person for me was Tim Sykes, and then the next was definitely you, bro. And I cannot thank you enough, because the world of options, my mind was like closed off to it. And the fact that you would,
I'm glad you
would call up over and over and talk. I'm like, man, who's this guy calling about some damn options? So, but then I was like, you know what? Let me see what this is about. And my first trade was like 110%. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And that's when I knew that, okay, I got to take a serious look at this. So. I'm so grateful for you, bro. Really am.
They had some guys in the Discord chat, and one of them had kind of had a little problem. He blew up an account. Nothing major. Everybody does it, but the thing was he was playing these small caps that were just so volatile, and it's so easy to get these small caps and just the rug fall out under you. And I said, look, here's what you need to do, man. Just start playing some of these bigger stocks that are a little more stable. Mm-hmm. Get on these options, and you won't have to put so much of your account at risk, because you can get in with such less capital, and you won't have to worry about putting up your whole account just to be able to try to make 20 cents so you can gain $50, because, you try to buy enough shares. It's like, just, start trying to play, look at it a little different. And I play small caps every day almost still. I didn't play anything today, but I love going back and forth. But, stock market.
And that's definitely why I want to let people know. Like, don't feel that you gotta choose between one or the other. Options is an opportunity for you to play the more expensive stocks at the at amounts that you would use for pennies. Yes, exactly. So, but if you see a penny running, I mean, by all means, and you want to play that, by all means, jump it. And get 50, 60, 70% on your money. That's basically what we're chasing here is percentage gains. And options
It's
give
going
you
to be
the same
days to
amount.
where the pennies, there might not be anything in the small caps moving, and there'll be some names like Apple and Nvidia moving. But then there might be days where it might not be any of those moving, and there might be something like CNAT or these new marijuana stocks that have been kind of running the past couple of days, I've noticed. AMJ. So it's just another tool in the toolbox, man. That's all it is, bro. And it's a great way to get some leverage on these digs. But man, I'm glad that you. I'm gonna let you go. I'm glad you got in there on video, man. That couldn't have been a more perfect time for you to get in. I'm talking. It was so crazy because Sal, I'm gonna let you go. But look, when the stock first opened, if you look, literally within the first like 3 or 5 minute candle, it went from $112 or like $111.80 to $113. But what was so crazy is if you look at how big that space was and then go back to the previous day, that would only been 30 cents.
Yeah.
So off of like a scale basis, it's like basically the first candle that opened up today, was like $1 move. Yeah. But if you take that same space and bring it back to the day before, at least on my charts, it would only been 30 cents. So automatically I knew the stock was moving in a bigger scale than it normally did, like the way it was scaled from yesterday, each dollar scale on the side of your chart was in a smaller proportion than it was the day before. So I automatically knew that it was moving a lot faster than it was the day before. Yeah. So like that's when it immediately was like, look, man, I think this is going to be another $5 day, and I really did. I was like, yeah, I think it's going to hit 116 today. It possibly could hit 118, and it did end up hitting 118. But yeah, it was good talking to you, dude. I'm gonna let you go. Appreciate everything you do, Sal.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, Connor.
All right, man.
There it is, man. That's Connor himself, man. That's Connor himself, and shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. He's thanking me. I got to thank him, man. I got to thank him because he's definitely armed me with a new repertoire to get this money. You know what I'm saying? A new way of getting this money. So shout out to Connor for that. And again, let me give you guys the torrent to Optionetics. Again, it's a 9-hour course. It can get a little bit detailed, and some people wonder how. It's really about the basics, the definitions, the wordplay. That's what I want to get down to you guys. So let me put that in the chat room. That's the Optionetics torrent. It gives you really the beginning to the end, goes to all the advanced stuff. So you might want to stop, just pretty much learn the puts and calls. There are a couple other websites that go in a little bit, maybe slower pace, but I like Optionetics because you can watch it over and over again, and the guys are pretty interesting to watch as well. All right? They're going to keep you awake and help you, teach you how to do it, and how to do it. Also, look at that article by OptionWay, how to make $1,000 a day with this new stock options trading technique. And that basically talks about buying deep in the money call options. All right, deep in the money call options. Also by trading options that are very liquid with high volume, only trading volatile stocks with great short-term chart patterns. All right, and so make sure you use that. I got both of the articles in there. They're both on Option Whale. They're both on Option Whale. You can go to the main page and get the list. If you don't already, please follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, Free Stock Pick. If you don't have a Twitter account, get a Twitter account. That's where all the chatter is happening. You want to get, a Twitter account because guys really don't have time to necessarily. I don't know how these guys find time to be in chat rooms while they're trading. I mean, Twitter is fast. I put it down and then move on to something else. But you got guys who are in chat rooms during the day. I don't know how y'all are able to do that. I'll lose my mind if I can't look at my chart. But yeah, so shout out to Connor for the call, man. Appreciate that. And that's the Option Whale article right there. So there. If there's let me see, 3 hooks. I don't know, 3 hooks. Can you post that? Or Mag 36090, or if you guys could post the link to the Discord. Yeah, that Option Whale article is the truth, Mag. It's a really good. I'm loving deep in the money call options, man. It's got very high delta, You know, you can go big. If the trade goes against you, you don't lose too much. If it goes in your favor, you win big. You win big. Yeah, that's the audio chat. Yeah. The guys in the audio chat. I'm talking, Mag, the guys who are like in the Profitly chat room, where it's not an audio chat. It's literally have to sit there and type out the words and shit. I don't see how those guys are doing that, where you're typing out the words and trading at the same time. You know, I can't do that. Yeah. Discord is fine because, you know, you kind of check in when you want to. So, obviously, we do have some stocks we talked about. Got some things in there that I think that are going to be really interesting tomorrow. Really interesting tomorrow. So, we'll see what happens with that. That's the Discord room. Please join us in the Discord room. Again, if you're looking for a good catalyst, natural gas. I think natural gas, you know, going into January, we're going to see natural gas move higher. We're at 370 right now, 373 for natural gas. I definitely see we're going to see $4 for natural gas if we can maintain these high temperatures that are up there in the north. I believe they're going to continue. And just looking at what meteorologists are putting out there, natural gas kind of unexpected. So we'll see what happens. DRAM as well. People are talking about DRAM. Let me get up out of here. I know you guys got things to do as well. But yeah, awesome day today. My apologies. I know we had some haters coming into the chat room early. But I'll do better on that. Maybe if I got to find somebody to you know, monitor the chat room or do something. We'll find a way that we can, you know, because I already know who the new guys or who the guys who typically call up are. Just got to find a new way of doing that. DRAM doesn't look too bad. 20% gain though. It's kind of scary how he gave it back. You know, kind of gave it back there toward the end of the day. So that's going to be interesting to see what DRAM looks like tomorrow. Yeah, that's kind of scary, man. That's kind of scary there on DRAM. Not too bad though. I mean, 159 to 153. So you're not out of it. You're not out of it by any means. You're not by any means. Free stock pick. Yes, indeed. Appreciate again the donation. More peace. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Sanjay, yeah, free stock pick, bro. Free stock pick. For those of you guys who don't have the torrents, the Tim Sykes, Tandem Trader over there, what's his name? Nathan Mashad, all them. We got all the torrents, man. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay? Don't hate the player, hate the game. And we give away that information here completely free of charge. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Sinclair, Michael B. Thank you. Cruz Cuts, what's up, man? Hey, Cruz, I saw you. You got on Twitter. That's what's up, man. Yes, indeed. Mag36, thank you so much. So Mag3690, 3 Hooks, Sinclair, Michael B, More Peace, Damond, Big Slim. Thank you so much, man. Sanjay, Oakland in the house. Who else we got in here? Richie Rich. Shout out Richie Rich. Astro Traveling. Thank you. Made $40. Okay, that's what's up, man. That's a start. Armando Rios. Cadillac Mac. Of course, Connor, Stock Trader, Spartan Trader. What's going on, Spartan? Been a minute, man. Let me see who else we had in here. Gary the Trucker. What's up, man? Luda, Coralie, or Miss Montez. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy Costa Rica. Let me see who else we hear. Megan Trailer, thank you so much for joining me. Who else we hear? A lot of old people and new people. Miss Erica, thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Max Trader, thank you. Good night. Good night. Oh, yeah, of course. Oakland in the house. You know, did your best. Did my best. Chris McCollum, thank you for joining me, man. London Carter, thank you for joining me. And shout out to all the callers. Thank you to all the callers. Be back here Thursday. I want to stick to the schedule. Be back here on Thursday and wrap things up with a great Friday show as well. And so, yeah, looking forward to it, guys. So take care. I'll see you guys back here Thursday. Until then, have a good night. Happy trading tomorrow. Big profits to be made. Really are. Take care, everyone. Deuces.